refresh your joint because we back live. Y'all should hear us. Let's see if it's true. Let me know if you can hear us.
Oh, you good. You good.
All right, cool. All right, so
now we can do another one.
Yeah, now I'm gonna stop this shit.
Yeah, and then we can
well, the viewers is here, but I'm gonna start. Damn, 36 people already.
Jesus Christ.
Shit just jumped. All right, you know, 61 people. All right, y'all came right back. Let's just get it in.
I'm all in the camera zoning out. Like,
yo, let's get it in. Let's get it in.
The camera all zoned out. Shit.
Freak it. We gonna start the Conscious Drink Champs. I can't believe. Well, you know, we ain't even gotta talk about it because you know what? I took it off the internet. Don't nobody know nothing about it. So it ain't never happened. How about that? We starting out. We at 100. It's going up. It's climbing. It's climbing.
All right, let's go.
All right. Woo! Rick Flip. Okay. Yes. Make sure we can hear the volume again one more time. Okay. Now, damn. Normally, I always play it here to make sure everything's good money. Okay, y'all good? Can we get MTV Cribs, Bro Polite? Oh, y'all gonna get that after we do the first shots. Okay? After the first shots, y'all gonna get that. Nah, we ain't know y'all couldn't hear. I swear that wasn't fake. That was a real, yo, I'm not even talking about that. They thought we already started the party when we was acting. That was a bad look.
Do
it. So what I'm gonna do with this, welcome to the first episode of Conscious Drink Champs. This is actually good. You know why? Because we got this thing popping. We getting it straight from the jump right now. Hold on real quick. I just want y'all to be able to, you know.
Conscious Drink Champ. Say what up, Playboy.
What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
Out here.
It's Ty out here. Follow me at Excuse Ty on Instagram. Check us out at Instagram. And it's going up from there.
Make sure y'all share this video. You know what? I was saying, make sure y'all share this video and they couldn't hear me. But it looked like they were doing that.
Share?
That's the power, man. We already cooking.
Cracking this Hennessy White open.
Hennessy White. Tell them about the story of this Hennessy White, man.
Hey, man, you know, I was out there in Jamaica, you know, visiting my family. And, you know, I decided to, you know, give me a Hennessy White. I don't even drink like that. But, you know, it's just something that's so rare. And it's not in, you can't find it in no, you know, local bodegas or liquor stores anywhere in the U.S. So I decided to get it and bring it back to
so many people
in Las Vegas, man. Had it for like a year. You know what I mean? We cracking it because it's a special event. Brother Polite is in town to show my hospitality. I figured I'd crack this out because it's a special, rare moment. You know what I mean? That's that Hennessy White, man. You did?
Hey, I'm getting mad texts. No sound, no sound. I wish I looked at you guys earlier.
Yeah. But we good, though. We back up and live.
It's about to go down.
So, Aminette, we need you to do the honors.
Pausing.
Hennessy White straight from y'all.
You don't know it there. Easy yourself. Bless up.
Yo, y'all, I'm glad y'all is as excited about Conscious Drink Champs as we are. Save this video. Actually, get this link.
We got like 262 people in the view right now. Checking it out. Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Oh, okay.
Because we drinking it straight, so pardon us. We have, you know, we drinking this all the way straight. We ain't chasing this. You know what I mean?
No chase. We're gonna show you what we're gonna do with a high speed chase over here.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Right.
So bear with us.
Make sure they see this one. This is important. This is important. Don't go up there, baby. Go up there. They need to see this. This is official.
Yeah.
All right? The truth gonna come out tonight, goddammit.
Yeah. Woo! A little more.
Oh, we gonna
a little more.
All right. So we gotta level up, son. I ain't gonna lie.
That's good.
All right, we might have to level up. Just
No, man.
Okay, first round. All right, get out of here. I'm about to talk something bad. Yeah. Okay, Aminette, you gotta get yours. No, don't you do that. Y'all wanna see Aminette drink? Come on.
No.
Hey, come on.
But just give me
All right, cool. Share this, family. This is in commemoration. Hold on, I'm gonna pull yours because you wanna play crazy. I got it. Come on, they live. They're watching us live. Cut it out. Because you ain't gonna get away with this BS.
Okay.
I know, because you're the hostess, so we gotta be easy with you. I know that. Hold on, come on, drink. This is the first episode. You gotta do that with us.
Right.
It's the first episode. Man, they need to see this again. Can you show them that? Oh, let me let her do that. Liquid Cash got that straight from Jamaica.
Straight from y'all, you don't know.
You don't know.
Ocho Rio, son.
Conscious drink chat.
You don't know. He's done
We
vibes
live
on
on
YouTube.
YouTube. Go to I
You done know. Sing An's vibes on TikTok. Big up.
Go there. We're just about to chop it up and just kick out free knowledge.
Big up on me yard man them. You don't know when they up on the gully side. Easy yourself. Bless up.
We're not playing around, family.
You
Share this video.
I'm
We're not playing around.
You mind tagging?
Hey,
I don't want to see that.
we're gonna answer your questions as they come once we get situated, right? Shout out to the homie Nori. This is really a salute to you, my brother. We love your show. We like what you contributed to the community at large and the hip hop community. And we want you to incorporate some conscious conversation. So this is just our little simulation of how it would probably look and an idea of some of the conversation. And I think it's interesting to see us have a conscious conversation and how the third eye works when it's subject to not just any old Hennessy, that pure white. This is not no regular Henny. You're not gonna, this ain't your VSOP that you're gonna find on the shelves. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? You ain't gonna see this.
Already.
It actually drank better than the XO.
Already.
Smoother, lighter.
All right, so you come over here. Okay. We're gonna move this over. Okay, we're gonna get this in. We're gonna get this all the way in. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. But this is to the black family.
Black family. This is the black family. Cheers to the black family. Peace and love, prosperity. One, you did. Cheers.
So it begins.
That's smooth. Oh, that's smooth. Oh, that's silky smooth.
Let's go in.
It went through my nose.
That's silky. That's silky smooth.
Yo. All right, y'all. We're gonna be answering these questions. No foolery, man. This is all love. This is positive, but we gotta get straight to the point. They said shit was popping when we ain't heard shit.
Oh, your people was funny.
Black Power family. Yo, you know what? If y'all can, get y'all drinks and drink as we drink. We want the audience to participate because you know what? I could bring people in now.
That is true.
I could bring y'all into the stream now. So I'm gonna tell y'all what. If y'all got some drinks in the crib, what we can do when we do this conscious drink chance, we can have y'all salute with us and go into and discuss these issues. What y'all think about that? Press 9. Press 9 if you like those ideas. You feel me? So we're about to get started, and our host will not be standing on the side when it's popping. You know, that's so important. But you know, what we're going to do first and foremost. Oh man, you already at the pineapple. All right.
Ooh, that's just strong.
All right, so I got a delayed response. I ain't gonna lie. My solar plex is lit right now, baby.
Second jug.
Oh, this is second one?
No, I mean, I took another sip.
Oh,
Everybody was talking.
He walked up.
Oh, y'all finished? Oh, y'all took a shot. Oh, he was sipping, bro. I took the whole shit.
I told me. He talked me into drinking the whole shit. Shut up, this is the second one, bro.
You turned that up. You gotta smell this. How we turned this all the way up. You gotta sip this. You don't shot this. This is pure wine. He said, don't sip it. We chase it. We sip it. We sip this right here. You gotta sip this. I was going off the river now. I ain't taking no shot. I gotta take it easy. I'm sweating over here. Right?
I'm already sweating.
I'm sweating too.
If you sweating, I'm sweating.
I'm high.
We've been loading for fucking
They took
hour and a half.
They took their shots. I'm still sipping, baby. You gotta sip this, man. This is slow. You know what I mean? This is slow ground with this one. Sip this. You seen that shit you get from your little local liquor stores? You gotta sip this Hennessy. You know what I mean? We don't take this. You know what I mean? We from the hood, but we still You know what I mean? Be polite with it.
Conscious drink champ.
Shout out to Low Culture. He said y'all niggas ain't even drinking yet. All right, Low. Shots. All right, yo, Low, can I bring you in and you drink one with us and show us how it look?
He probably drinking already.
Now, when I put you on the spot, Low, are you gonna drink with the champs?
Yeah, what's up?
So, yo, before we do this, all jokes aside, we're gonna reload when we get back. We're gonna take y'all out to show you. These my mentees, because people always ask, is any of my mentors? You go to brotherpolite45@gmail.com if you're interested in my mentorship program. Yes, it costs, but it definitely pays. That's my slogan when it comes to the mentorship. It costs and it definitely pays. So what we gonna do? Because these are two of my top students.
Cheers.
And that's why I elected to have them on here for the first episode of Conscious Drink Champs. And so I wanted to show you how this thing look. We looking real shiny out here. So let's just give you a quick example. Because in Conscious Drink Champs, what I don't want the hood to think is that, yo, we just some smart cats and, you know, we just build all day. The crib is already laced. This is my man, Liquid Cash crib. But what I want y'all to see is how this thing look. Oh, this is me. Let me know if the internet is giving you any problems. But, we want to do our best. Let's get some light, baby. See if you get some light, extra light here. They need to see this. This is very important. We got the Lambo. Okay, the Lambo's mine's over here. Come on, let's not be crazy. Hold on. And then we got this i8 that was customized. Look at the rims. We're going to get some light in over here. Look at the rims. Let's see if we can get it from over here.
Yeah, it's more light.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, I need to see this. This is the Lambo. Lamborghini. Come on, let's not play. You can shed some light on things. I don't know. I'll let you know, but they need to know. Oh, yeah.
The lighting look better this way. Yep. That's good. You're doing it right.
They need to see that.
Yeah, you know that is drop top too. That's drop top.
Yeah, you know what? Let's not tell them. Listen,
I got it.
Hold that.
I got it.
Oh, can we open that door?
I'm more of a real estate guy.
Hey, hold on. Let's close that back, because he's over
What's
here.
going on?
Doing shameless plugs and shit in the middle of this shit.
Yo, check out Tower Liberty Property Management.
You don't have
my bad.
Yeah, he treating the damn laptop like a selfie fucking camera.
Hey, I'm just. Let me see. Let's see the doors, family.
Yeah.
Let's see the doors, family.
Are you blocking? Oh yeah.
We got Iron Man in here. We got Iron Man in the i8.
He designed this joint like Iron Man.
Yeah.
Feel me? Now y'all always ask.
Hey, plug them on a.
Hold on.
One.
Y'all always
Plug the whole ideology behind it.
Y'all always asking, is anybody really doing it that Brother Polite be teaching? Well, this is one of my top students right here. I'm very proud of him. He's making it happen in the rap game. Yeah. He's going to have to let you know where to go to get that in the internal of what we do. Yeah. But what you need to see, first of all, look what one of my students is driving. Look how he popped. And first of all should be second of all, because second of all, which is first of all, he's going to do the same thing to his motorcycle. This guy is just out of control. They need to hire him in the Iron Man movie because they ain't even think about this.
They ain't even think about it.
This comes and he knows I got one. Mine's is black and blue. Mine's is still the same way I bought it. He bought his black and blue. It was black and blue, right?
Yeah.
And then he jumped out the window because this could have went wrong, family.
That went all the way back. Could have went all the way back.
Even the rims.
Down to the rims, man. We got the Lexanis on those.
Get those rims.
These ain't no regular. These are nice Lexani. These are Lexani rims. And we tricked them out. You know what I mean? We added a little flavor on it.
We got the China edition. We got the China edition.
Hold on, I want them to see this too.
They need to see something. What is it they need to see?
They need to see how.
You got it.
No, you go. How they had the It's all custom made work. It's all custom made detail work. I made sure that this would be a one-of-one and nobody could copy and swagger jack my flow. And if you've seen somebody trying to do it, I guarantee they ain't gonna be looking for it.
Hey, son, pull this thing down. Let's see what's going on over here. Make sure you catch that.
We dropping the top on the Lambo. He killed them with this. Your family.
Let's get some light, baby. I don't want y'all making any mistakes about what's going on over here. So we gotta make sure the light is right. Price is right, the light is right. You feel what I'm saying? This is what we do. So this is how the teacher rolls. But a lot of times teachers do their thing, and you know what we say? He's the motherfucking pastor. How come he living good and his students ain't living good?
Killed
Now,
him.
now let's go back to students' call. Oh yeah. So the teacher has, student has, and I'm gonna tell you, sometimes the students outshine the motherfucking teacher. My shit's still black and blue.
Yo.
Yeah, sometimes the students, let's get some of the top of this while I'm talking. Sometimes the students outshine the teachers. So I got the I-8 with my shit black and blue. But you know what my student did? He outdid me with the damn teachers. Look what he did. Look exactly what he did. Let's open that door again. This is disrespectful. Y'all don't even realize how disrespectful this dude Liquid Cash can be. Because when you do this is a sign of disrespect. This is straight disrespectful. I'm gonna tell you. And look how deep this is. Student and teacher can roll down the block at the same time. Let me tell you something too. Student and teacher is holding back because I could have put the Wraith right here in the front. And what was you gonna put out here?
I was gonna put the S550, you know what I mean? That 2018 joint. Y'all already know what it is, number flavor.
Now if I put my if I see his 550 and I put a slingshot here, what you was gonna put out there?
You know, I was gonna bring that CBR, man. You know what I mean? That CBR. Like,
come on, man. Like, and this is teacher and student. This is me. I'm so proud of my brother. But then this guy right here.
It's going down.
Yeah, man.
It's
You
going
did
down.
out here, baby.
Doing my thing.
We sleeping.
Waiting for the whole course to come out. We putting together a conference course.
My man here, you know, he's into Beamers too. You feel what I'm saying?
down.
So he fronting right now.
Beamer made the cut.
He ain't even know what we was about to do today. This was all spontaneous. But trust me, my man right here,
We signed it.
my top student right here.
We
So
signed
you're gonna see a whole lot of him. Because what people want to know is other people eating, but like, how come you the only one eating? Because they don't count my wives, they don't count my children. But if my wives and children were hurting, then they would count them. But when they're not hurting, they don't count. So now what we're gonna start doing is showing what the students have.
Everybody eats, babe.
Everybody
You gotta
eats.
have consistency.
But yo, Cash, they're gonna say that it's rented though.
Hey, man, they gonna say, hey, listen, let me tell you this. They gonna
customize their
listen,
rental.
man, listen, man.
Customize
They
it.
customize rentals. That's what
They
we're doing
gonna
now.
say whatever they want to say, but actually, in reality, man, when you see me driving down the block and winking at your shorty, you gonna know it's real. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're shorty. Oh, you know what 50 said? Them women is rented.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That Jeremiah joint that he put out.
yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So hopefully your woman ain't rented.
Yeah, you already know.
Ooh, yeah, we got to see the. Yeah.
See the front of that.
We're gonna have to drink. Ooh, now we got
See
it.
that? You get
Now
that?
we got it.
Ooh, that's sexy.
Ooh, that's definitely
That's
sexy.
sexy.
You see, the only time I call anyone anything a bitch is in these occasions. This bitch right here is sexy, but then this bitch over here trying to show her up with the high heels and shit. This, you know,
got the red bottoms on.
man, that's a dumb bitch right there. Look at this dumb bitch over there.
She bougie too.
She bad and
She
bougie.
bougie.
She bad and bougie. She bad and bougie.
If you ain't got the right check, don't even try to approach her. Your pockets ain't right.
Yeah, because she one of them types that just drain your pockets. You know what I'm saying? These bitches over here, that's all they about is money. You feel what I'm saying? All they about is money, these bitches right here. You feel what I'm saying? And you know what they like to do? They like to hang out with ugly bitches just for their own ego.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So there's an ugly bitch parked outside somewhere that they don't mind rolling with just to emphasize how dope they are. But anyway, we're gonna get away from these bitches. That bitch is dumb over there. That's a dumb bitch over here. Just a sexy bitch over here. This is just disrespectful. But you know, we gotta take a drink to that. We're gonna drink to that. Come on, man. We doing good at this time of hour. We jumped up another 200. So apparently we're doing something right. It's working. All right, y'all. Are y'all ready to work? Yeah, y'all can sit. I'm gonna get the best lighting from it. And we're gonna get it. I mean, you go. Well, Liquid still got his joint there.
Yeah, I got mine. Yeah, I got mine.
Nah, you gotta pour out. You gotta drink to them cars.
Yeah,
you gotta fill us up.
We're gonna sip. They're gonna sip now. They're gonna sip now. Yeah. They're gonna sip
You
now.
might need to give us something that we can take shots with too.
What you mean?
Trying to get lit tonight?
I'm just saying.
No, we sipping. We sipping.
Better chill out.
All right, well, we gotta put our shit on clock though, because we gotta make sure this is just like our date.
Yeah.
You know, because we want to show the hood. We here with you. We hood too, but we just doing the knowledge. That's what we want to do. So I don't want them thinking we slacking or we lacking because we conscious. We gonna try to slow motion this. I don't want them feeling like that. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, baby. You can rear us up. You can rear us up. This is that pure white.
Pure white. Gotta sip that though.
Yo, that cardio? That Cardi B album? That shit dope.
This is you or
That's me.
okay, so it's me.
No, but I'm just saying that Cardi B album though.
Oh, I ain't heard it yet, but I heard it's dope.
It's dope. Like that shit.
Okay.
That
Hey,
shit
shout out
fire.
to Cardi B, man.
Hey, shout out to Cardi B on that album.
Constant String Champs. You just got approved. You just got 5-star rating from Constant String Champs. It may not mean nothing to you now. It's gonna mean something to you later.
Cardi B, we fucks with you.
Talking with that album.
Hey, can I get some tissue or something for the pineapples and stuff like that? Oh, she's at the bar. She's working the bar.
I put the napkins right to the bottom.
Look at the bar.
When I finish eating the leftover or whatever, be right there.
We got the bar.
Yeah. We got some other joints in
Let
there.
me see if your knee move real quick, just so we can let them know.
Yeah, let's get
But
dialogue, man.
understand
Like,
that-
running the game right now.
Yeah, we about to do the knowledge, but part of the knowledge is demonstration.
Demonstration. Yeah. Definitely demonstration. Let them know what it is.
Part of that knowledge is demonstration. Let's get it. Okay. Yeah. Y'all been doing the pineapples. All right. So family, I'm leaving it up to y'all.
These are good in the motherfucker.
If we can deal with metaphysics right now, if you could deal with health, if you could deal with economics, if you could deal with politics, hey, it's brotherpolite45@gmail.com if you're interested in being mentored so we could come up. But I must warn you, I'm going to tell you to spend some of the money that you make. I must forewarn you. And I'm going to tell you not only spend it on something, I'm going to tell you spend it on one of these toys because it's an illusion. We playing with this. So you know what people say? You know what people say? They say, when you die, you ain't going to be able to take it with you. More the reason to get it now. They say when you die, you ain't going to be able to take it with you. So, okay, but it's work. So does that mean we should just have nothing since we can't take nothing to the next level?
I disagree.
Why you disagree with that, brother? I want y'all to ask questions so we can answer your questions. I'm looking for your questions.
Hey man, you gotta live your best life now. You gotta live it now. Some people are waiting on the next life to live their best life. And I'm telling you right now, man, you might actually be in your next life right now.
Wow. Wow.
That part.
Wow.
No cap.
Did y'all catch that?
Went over there.
Come on, man.
Went over there.
About to be at 1,000. Did y'all catch that? Make sure y'all share this video as we do this. Put it on Facebook. Do whatever you gotta do. This is
I mean, I believe the reason why the conscious community holds this
I drink to
certain.
that, bro.
Cheers.
Yeah, we gotta drink to that. He just put some stuff out there. I'm keeping an eye on you. You ain't gonna be watching us go over the top of tilt. We gonna be on tilt. She gonna be over there, huh?
Yeah. You might have to be the designated driver.
Yeah.
I think I'm a switch seats.
Okay. You go lower?
Yeah, let's get it in though.
Sure.
Let's get it in. Keep it on. So, okay, keep an eye on everything in there. All right. Y'all drinking out the wrong glass. Yo, listen. I told you I'm a dress.
Yo, these niggas be going in on the comments.
You sure you want to go like that?
Yeah, that shit look crazy.
Yeah, look crazy.
Damn.
Oh, that shit looking too. We gotta stop. It felt so. I can't. We gotta stop your session. This ain't
Come on,
You
yo.
can learn to see.
Oh, my bad.
No, but he good.
You just
Oh,
gotta
this
sit
is
right.
No, he's complaining about the height. Just
Yeah, I'm trying to come
You want
down.
to tall people.
Oh, you're straight.
Well, sure.
it's better for my back,
bro. She was 5'5".
Better for my
Man, tell this man go to the gym and work
Yo,
out
niggas
his back strong.
I'm drinking to that. He can't do that.
Niggas is 6'1" out here. Niggas is 5'8". Like, it's different. You know, it's
Gotta get your
Sorry,
back muscle right.
Yo, talk that shit for us.
Yeah, we in here, man. You know, Hennessy White,
Hey, so we looking for your questions too.
40 proof.
I'm gonna. It's 40 proof, so you know this ain't no game.
Jesus Christ.
All right. So listen, y'all. They drinking that Henny raw, no ice, no salute.
No.
See, shout out to Lil Culture because he must know the culture of drinking. That's right. I'm that no chase.
When you on the block, you don't need no ice.
No, we living good. I must tell you, this man crib is plush. This is dope. I'm dealing it. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I can tell you about my brother here, he also got the other joint.
Yeah, man, of course. You gotta have
So
variety.
let me talk to you, my brother.
Right.
I want you to first talk to the people about the significance of having cash. And I know we talk about credit. Credit's very important. We on that doctrine, right?
Okay.
But I want you said some very powerful things in a different session about the expedience of keeping cash in you. Why is holding cash? Because your name is liquid cash.
Right.
And you live by it. I'll tell you, this man don't travel nowhere without 10 bands on him.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. So proud of him, so proud of him, so proud of him, right? Why is it you walking around with cash like that? What's the science though? We want the science and the psychology of cash.
See, the science and the psychology of having liquid cash is just like we've gotten so accustomed to, you know, when it comes, it's kind of like gambling. When you gambling, the reason they transform your money into chips is because the money loses value. So once you transform that $1,000 or $100 or $20 into a chip, you don't have no more conscience of that being your money. You feel what I'm saying? So when you gamble in that, you kind of feel like you're playing Monopoly almost. You dig what I'm saying? So it takes away from the value of you having cash. Now, if you had cash and you had $1,000, you went to the baccarat table and you knew that paper was coming out, you was gambling with that paper, you would have a different type of feeling when it comes to spending that money or gambling that money or losing that money, because you can see, you can feel the actual texture of the paper. You dig what I'm saying? So once that loses your hand and you see you losing that $1,000 and that's going down the drain, you dig what I'm saying? It goes to the brain to let you know that, hey, you're doing something wrong. You need to chill out. You're spending your actual money.
It's another layer to the illusion.
You're right. So the reason I carry cash is because cash, if you can manage carrying 5,000 to 10,000 in your pocket, or even on a low level, you can manage carrying 500 to 200 in your pocket and go throughout the week or go throughout the day without spending all of that, then you're on the path of being successful, but not for a short time, for a long time. Because it's all about managing money. If you see, everybody can make money, but ain't too many people can manage money. Now, if you can manage your money, because you're not trying.
Salute to
My
that.
niggas was going in.
Nah, so, when that happens, y'all just better know it's coming. Because he just dropped another Jew. We got to let them know the significance of every Jew. That deserves a shot. That deserves a drink. We drink to that.
Because in reality,
And I see y'all comments, and I'm gonna hit both these brothers with these comments, because they're doing exceptional when it comes to real estate. My man owns several properties himself. So, tell them what your name is, real quick.
Ty, man. Follow me on Instagram. Excuse Ty. Ty Liberty Property Management Company.
You see, I just asked this man to say his name.
Oh. Hey, look, because I don't do all this promotion shit. I'm trying to get to the knowledge. I'm trying to teach, and that's what we're here for. So let's get that pop.
I'm gonna let my man keep going, but I want you to know I'm screenshotting the questions, and I want to mention the names of the people that's putting the questions in the comments. Like, they're saying certain things. I'm gonna address it, right, and have y'all break it down from y'all perspective.
Let's do it.
You know, but I want you to keep
That's
building.
what I'm saying. I'm like the fighter in the ring that's ready to go. Like, let's do it.
Because what I'm gonna say is this: what I found to be so intriguing when he was breaking this down to me before.
Okay.
I said, man, he taught me some deep stuff. I love psychology, right? And I've been studying sociology as well. And so he said something like, when you spend, and I'm paraphrasing, all right? So this ain't his exact words, but what I got from it was basically if I spend using my credit card, right? Like, let's say I'm making a PayPal transaction. I spend 3 bands. That happens when you press enter. It's a dub.
Right.
It happens so quick you don't feel it. But if he said like, yo, what if you want to spend like $15,000 or $5,000? You gotta count it as you giving it.
yeah.
You start second guessing that shit because you can feel it escaping you.
Yeah.
You want it, man. You be like, matter of fact, I don't even want to do it no more.
Yeah.
But when it's electronic,
Yeah.
it says press the enter. You don't feel it until you see an overdraft fee when other bills start coming in. You feel what I'm saying?
I get the whole psychology of it. Study. It's a process right now where they say only take $200 a week, divide that throughout the days that you're gonna spend your money on. But that's on some lower level shit. But I get the psychology of having cash and actually putting it out and giving it out, because you like, hold on, man, do I really want to do that? Is it even worth it now? I see that I can cop it. I see that it's attainable. Now the value, the chase is not there anymore. We buying this stuff for the chase. All the material we doing, we chasing something, we chasing a feeling. And that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Once we catch that feeling, we burnt out. Like the homie always say, we gotta burn ourselves out of our desires. But once we did that, I'm like, okay, what is really valuable? What's really valuable is gonna be the land, it's gonna be the assets, it's gonna be the things that appreciate over time. That's where the value lies. And so when we understand that and we burn ourselves out other toys and things that depreciates, then we can actually take our focus and build the reality that we want to build outside of the material things. We can build up the temple because that's what we're here to do. At the end of the day, because once those material things gone, we still got the temple to focus on, because that's where the wealth begins. The wealth begins in the spirit and inside. You know what I'm saying?
So let me interject and give them some game on managing money.
Okay.
Let me give y'all some game on managing money now. Check this out.
Yo, real quick. Somebody named Young Sudo, obviously a troll, show the title to the Wraith and the deed to the crib. They do this all the time. Now, you might as well ask for Negro Social Security number at this point.
Right.
Now, how far do you need to go, my brother? And I don't want you to lose your other point, but I got to address things going on in the chat, because this is a group thing, a community thing. We all keep conversation going by building with the people. I have been seeing the things that y'all writing, and I'm going to address it and ask the brothers break down real quick, and so we can keep rolling. So this person wants you to show the title to the, well, once we show the title to the Wraith, I want you to show the deed to this crib.
Right. Right.
What do you think about people that's out there like, yo, you know what? You gotta prove to me you really ballin'. Prove to me that you really fly. They disrespecting your fly. They don't believe in your fly. Again, shout out to the homie Nori for creating the Drink Champs concept, or being one of the minds of pioneers. I don't know how it has its inception, but we appreciate you for what you do. And we just demonstrating the other types of conversation we want to see on your platform. But until then, we're going to do it as well. But it's no knock to you. We love it. We love what you're doing and contributing to hip hop, and we just want to have a spin-off show to talk about politics and economics.
I'll say this about the haters, man. The haters, obviously, they fuel you. But what they do is they show you a reflection of their own insecurities. And we all done heard this before. It's starting to be a little cliche. Your hate shows me your insecurity, regardless of what it is. If my man pulled up in the i8 that he customized and you saying, let me see the tag to it, my nigga, is because you feel like you can't afford it. Because you're looking at him and you see yourself and you like, damn, this is me. And I'm looking at him and he don't look like he can have that.
Which
But nigga, who the fuck?
I see him, I think he has that and more.
But the niggas in the chats don't. So that's why they saying prove it. Because they don't believe it.
Prove it.
Why don't they believe it? Because they look at themselves and they think they can't achieve it. They think they can't attain it. So they put their insecurities on you.
Y'all don't even realize I got his music playing that people buy.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about?
I tell
How do you deal with this? I'm sure you had to hear this, not just from this chat, with somebody
Let me tell you how I deal with it. Let me tell you
second guessing your fly.
Let me tell you a backstory. When I was growing up in the Bahamas, right?
In the Bahamas, before you went to New York.
Before I came to New York, I grew up I went to high school and primary school in the Bahamas. We had to go to school and we had to wear uniforms, right? And I only had two pair of shirts, and one pants, which was polyester. Now, I only could wash clothes on Sunday. I only could iron clothes on a Sunday. Mind you, it's 5 days in school days, right? 5, you get to go to school Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And now I had to wear 2 shirts for that whole week.
Wow.
Now, check this out. I had to keep my clothes clean because I had no choice.
Right.
Because I knew I couldn't wash my clothes until Sunday.
Y'all hear that?
So only two shirts now. And polyester jeans and some no-name sneakers.
Can we get you a little lower when you get a chance?
Okay, no-name sneakers now. Check this out.
Now we can go.
Nah.
But I wouldn't go. It was a problem.
Let me give y'all this
My
story.
man is spinning right now. You're doing him a disservice. I want to make sure they see that.
Yeah, hold up. Let me give y'all the story, man. So
That's good.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I love it.
I'm wearing this polyester pants. I got 2 shirts. My father won't allow me to wash clothes until Sunday. Now I got to go to school wearing this only 2 shirts for 5 days. Now I have to be clean. So when I used to sit inside my chair going to school, I never used to lean back because I didn't want the wrinkles to show when I wear the same shirt tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I had no choice but to be clean. So if a dude brushed past me and stained my shirt, we fight because I know I couldn't, you know what I mean? I couldn't wash my shirt till Sunday. So that put a sense of now I got to stay tidy. I got to stay clean. I got to stay on top of my game.
Wow.
But people still hated on me even though not knowing that I ain't really got much. They still was hating on me, thinking I was the freshest, thinking I was the flyest, or thinking I was whatever I was. But I didn't even have nothing. They hating on me, thinking I have something, and I didn't even have nothing.
They always think you have more than you have.
So I learned how to deal with the hate from a young age.
Wow.
But I know that it don't matter what you got. You can have something. You can have less than the next man, and he gonna still hate you because what you have. And it can be less.
Talking that shit, though.
It could be less.
Talking that
So
shit.
he can still hate you.
Why? Talk that shit.
That shit.
Oh,
It is
you
what it
that.
is.
You talk that shit, though.
You know what I mean?
You talking it. Pardon the vulgarity. This is the hour of vulgarity.
It's going in.
So this is what I tell my homeboy, right? My homeboy went to my closet and he said, yo, you got mad clothes. I said, bro, there's 365 days in the year. I don't got 365 shirts, and I don't got 365 pants. I still got to shop more. I ain't got 365 sneakers. I still got more shopping to go. I need to be fresh every day because every time I put on a new outfit, it's a new energy. It's a new vibe. If I wear something, once I wear it, it takes away a little bit of the energy. So I need something new every day of the week.
This is metaphysics at its finest.
So I
You know
still
some other shit
when it
right
comes
now.
to the entire, and he kick it like that, you
You
have no
talking me. You
way
talking
but to respect
talking.
that.
So I gotta stay fly 365 days of the motherfucking week. Niggas be like, damn, you wear this outside just going to take out the trash or wearing this to go to get the mailbox? Yeah. I want to be fresh every time I leave my crib because I don't know who I'm gonna see.
So
I
my
don't know who I'm
attire,
running to.
when it comes down to attire, I'm gonna look at it as a wardrobe. I'm gonna base how I want to look on how I want to feel and who I'm interacting with. So if I have a client, somebody of a high stature, somebody of a business class, just because we got a high end over here and a high end person over here, this person could be of the business community.
Right.
This person could be of the celebrity or athletic community because I have clients from all different varieties. So I have to change the appearance to fit the client so he can be more comfortable in communicating with me because he can't understand anything. He ain't trying to hear nothing if I'm not looking the part. If I ain't presentable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I go from resort to resort. Presentation is everything. Perception is everything because perception is going to speak before anything else speaks. Before your mouth open up, perception is going to speak.
Right.
And that's what it's about. So right now, it's a ball made. But I'm amongst ballers. I'm amongst this crowd. But on a Tuesday, you might see me in a suit.
That's a fact.
Right.
Also, you know what I'm saying? It like I move around swift. I'm not saying I'm part of this community or that or this or that, but I move where I'm called.
You know how to move in a room full of votes. There you go.
Now, let me ask y'all this.
Simplicity.
According to Jeremy Lawson. Yeah, we're gonna have to refill, baby. Because I mean, AT, we put it in. Put it in. So y'all talking about cash. This is Jeremy Lawson. I want to give you the credit for contributing to the conversation.
So, Jeremy.
All right. Jeremy Lawson said, y'all talking about cash. We need to be talking about investing in new future currency, Bitcoin, Patcoin, Litecoin, etc. That's the future. So
Bitcoin is just. I got money invested in Bitcoin right now.
I'm invested in Bitcoin.
I got about 20,000 invested in Bitcoin right now. I'm mad because it dropped, and I'm down to 15,000. So I lost 5,000. I'm ready to sell and pull out and go buy back because when I bought high. So that's a little bit. With investing, you got to buy at the right time. Right now, Bitcoin is dropped. So you got to really, if you have money in Bitcoin right now, I think you should pull out your money and go back in. Pull out your money and go back in. Because it depends if you bought high. If you bought low, you're good to go. But if you bought high,
that's strategy.
Pull out that bread and go back in and buy low. Right now, it's good. It's great when Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum dropped because now you can go back in and get it while it's low. So by December, November, hopefully it skyrockets back up to about 19,000, and we can see the profit on it once you buy low.
Let's get your take on it.
I'll tell you this. I definitely respect his strategy, and everybody's plan is different. Everybody's portfolio is different. We diverse. We invest in a diverse manner.
Let's get it.
In case of something like a Bitcoin crash. So my man, he got his money in real estate. He got his money in his cars. He got his money in his assets. He keep liquid cash. So when we look at it that way, he's using Bitcoin more so as a trading mechanism, as a trading tool. So he's going in, he's coming out. So when he say pull out, it's because his investment strategy
is such. It's more of a swing trader or intra-trader. Intraday trader is a trader that's gonna trade within every 3 hours. You know, they gonna make a trade. Oh, Bitcoin went up $1. Let me pull my shares out, rebuy it again. But when it comes to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, I'm looking at it more so in the long term.
Me too. I'm looking long term too. I keep it in. I say a year.
A year?
My minimum is a year.
So I'm looking at it long term.
Like,
I'm looking at it like on some IRA shit.
You're looking at 10 years.
Oh,
6 years.
Cause why? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not playing with something like Bitcoin. Bitcoin don't have enough background. They don't have enough history for me to develop how Bitcoin move. You can tell how stocks move based off the news, based off how a company is doing, how a company is growing. You can see the numbers. They got CEOs. So if the CEO get hit with a lawsuit, you know that stock is gonna plummet. Bitcoin, you don't know what's actually moving it.
Litecoin, you know though.
Litecoin?
Yeah, with Litecoin, you know who's moving it.
Word.
So Bitcoin, you don't, but Litecoin, you do. Ethereum and all those other forms, you kind of have an understanding of who's running that.
You
Don't sleep on these brothers.
You do.
I love it.
You do.
Yeah.
And definitely what the man is saying is correct. But you just have different traders. You have different investors. I don't want to worry about whether Bitcoin going up or down because I'm not about to put that much work into that market.
Right.
It's too new.
Right.
The laws haven't even changed around Bitcoin enough for me to say, okay.
And let me do this. Someone said Bitcoin been around, you guys are late. So let me talk to the ignorant.
Yeah, it's been around long
It's been around a long time. It haven't been around longer than the
Let's not
NASDAQ.
fight debate. The reason why I'm saying this,
They won't let me finish what I got.
no, because we still got to interact with the audience. So I'll be waiting X amount of minutes, and then I give it right back. I just want them to know.
Let's do it. Y'all turning me up right now.
And they enjoying it. I don't want them. Actually, the way y'all engage in each other is great. But I also want to engage the audience to keep their attention because it's like 2 in the morning over there and shit. Right. And then UK is a whole different hour. You know, we got people all over the world.
You better be on it for the right reasons.
In fact, just for the record, type in what part of the world you're in. For now, just type that in and I'll read it off and I'll say your name. Type in what part of the world you're at. But what I want to say is the only reason we're talking about cryptocurrency, particularly Bitcoin, is because someone else commented on it. So to castigate these brothers as though to say, oh, y'all late, Bitcoin been popping. Brother, somebody brought it up. So we're just responding to what someone brought up to keep engagement.
Okay, well, let me finish the thought so they won't get the wrong idea.
So
Bitcoin.
Hey, hold on real quick before you do that, because I did ask you for it. We got to engage the audience. I'm going to give it right back to you. We got All Eyes on Me from Toronto.
T-Dot.
Mikael B is from Atlanta.
ATL.
Okay.
ACL. Shout out
Smith.
Shout out my niggas out there.
You
stopped for you. I was stopping for you.
Okay, Altoy Smith is from Las Vegas. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Darryl Harris. Kevin 0070 is from New York. Okay, the Jan Cam 22 is from Chicago.
Shout out.
B Suits from Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. What
Tim
up?
Jaffe from North Carolina.
No Cackalack.
Ricky Johnson from Belgium.
Belgian waffles.
JC is up in Trinity.
Wagwan.
Ronald Brand said he's from Wakanda. We could just take it or leave it. Okay. Salute. All right. Clifton Courts is from Georgia. That means he's an illegal immigrant. Anybody saying Wakanda is an illegal immigrant. And there's all love for y'all too. Right? Only person tripping is Trump. All right. Jane Feaster is from New York. Don Walk is from Pittsburgh. Naya Revolutionary from Cal. We didn't repeat one yet, except for Wakanda, because Clotchier 45 is from Wakanda as well. So both of them got their passports revoked somewhere. But anyway, Wind Buffalo's from Mexico. But we love y'all. We still love y'all Wakanda residents. Young King Music Group is from Segment, Texas. King Anubis is from Bahamas.
Bahamas, what up?
Crypto Hintos from Texas. Someone says United States Logic. Okay, tell us where. Scott Lake is from Miami. 999 is from Vegas. Brandon Finch is from Springfield.
Let's stop polite. You can't listen out every.
Yo, I'm just
Come on, man.
You
Kill it or not.
Believe it or not,
I'm trying to go.
they rock with that. Because they're not watching this and not to be heard. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta make sure in between our dialogue.
Or 500 of them.
Yo, I gotta go all over the world because people need to know that we worldwide, and they need to know that we're not just letting them listen. Right. I want you to respond the way you was, and I want you to take into consideration this other comment that somebody made. You heard?
Go ahead.
Okay. Let's see. This person said
that we too early. I mean that we laid on Bitcoin.
Hold on. We passed
Oh,
that.
we passed that.
Ace Murray says cash is not money, right? And let's see, cash is not money. Ace Murray said cash is not money, so I want you to respond
What
to
is
that.
it, fiat currency?
And let's see, this is for liquid cash. Okay, someone said this is for liquid cash.
Okay, what's up?
What artist inspires you, and what made you decide to do music? So I'm gonna let him chime in on this. Money is not cash. Oh, what did they say? Pardon me. What did they say? Cash is not money. That's Ace Murray. I want you to answer to that. And
I don't know what he asked me.
And
He
I
made a
want you
statement.
to talk about what artist inspired you, because
Well, Mr. Murray made a statement. What do you mean? Okay, cash isn't money.
Ronald Branch asked you which artist inspires you and what made you decide to do music.
Okay.
All right, so keep that in mind.
All right. Mr. Murray said cash isn't money. I would definitely agree. Cash is going to be.
No, not Murray. Murray didn't say that. Oh, okay, yes he did. Ace Murray. Go ahead.
Mr. Murray, cash, money isn't cash. Cash isn't money. I look at money as a tool. I look at money as something that I have that's going to make me something. I'm going to make this money do something for me. And that's how I look at it. If you look at it any other thing, you will be controlled by the money. You won't control the money. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to control the money via our investments, via the things that we buy that's gonna grow in appreciation. And I mean, if Mr. Murray want to elaborate further with his statement,
Okay,
I could go in a little deeper.
no doubt.
Money is a tool.
That's right. Don't be getting upset with money. And also, when y'all talk about cryptocurrency, you also gotta understand the political polarization of global uncertainty. And this is an actual term that y'all need to take into consideration. The political globalization, the political polarization of global uncertainty. The political polarization of global uncertainty. And what that means is that talks of war can make a market fluctuate. You have to take that into consideration. Another thing you may have to take into consideration is this. When you're talking about the political polarization of global uncertainty, China may say, you know what? I don't want to have an even market, a playing field with you being America and us. So you know what? We ain't dealing with crypto no more. So people are turning around and think, man, but you told me deal with crypto, man. Now look what it's doing. But you gotta understand when other countries pull out for whatever reason. You feel what I'm saying? So you got countries that pull out to hinder other countries or hinder the marketplace, depending on how they feel. Right. So that's part of the context.
That's the tariff thing that we're going on with China right now, because they're taking all of our goods, they're taking everybody's intellectual property, letting it come into their country. So what China is doing is they letting Uber, they letting Apple, they letting all these different companies come occupy their market for a while, to where they can take their own engineers, mimic the marketing and sales that American companies is bringing in to China. And then once they get that all mimicked, and once they get their own company set up, they push America back up. And so that's what Trump is fighting against.
And so when we talk about the political polarization and global uncertainty, you want to always contextualize it properly. And that means it can be any of a number of significant things in retrospect to other countries' disposition and how it can affect the marketplace. It can affect real estate. It can affect import and export. And ultimately, then that means it's affecting the market in general. So that is always a miscellaneous factor that you have to take into consideration whenever you invest in any variation of stock, is how the talks of war, right, can precipitate a decline in the stock just from people that invest feeling disinterested or wary of the future. So always keep that in mind. So now I want to get back to the good brother that asked you, what artist inspires you?
Well, growing up, I used to watch a lot of BET. And if I'm telling my age right now a little bit, but I used to watch a lot of BET when Joe Claire was on. So, you know, a lot of those Tupac videos, a lot of those Biggie Small, a lot of those Biggie Small videos, man. A lot of those Mace. I'm inspired by Mace, Tupac, and Biggie Smalls, man. The illest that ever done it. You know what I mean? And you know, I was just intrigued.
Hey, this Henny kicking in.
I was intrigued by that, man, and you know, this coming from where I came from, to be able to, you know, see that lifestyle and thinking that I could have it for myself. You know what I mean? And just jumped forward and got into the music business. And you know, it's a struggle, but you gotta love it. In order to be successful at anything you do, you gotta love it first, and that's facts. You know what I mean? So that's what it is, man. You know what I mean? I'm inspired by the greats, man. The Mount Rushmore, this music thing, man. Biggie Smalls, you know what I mean? Tupac. I'm inspired by reggae music too. You know what I mean? So, you know, I got a little, you know what I mean? I'm inspired by good music,
because
good music, man.
Us in America, we taking all the island swag. So please shout out the island artists that influence.
They want you to spit. They asking you to spit.
They tell them, hey man, tell them they gotta relax, man. Go on youpaytoplay.com. Download the mixtape, man. You don't see no booth, you don't see no mic. You know what I mean? So you gotta relax, baby.
My man.
You know what I mean? But you gotta definitely go online and download the mixtape. Check me out on Instagram and download it too, man.
Right. So this person right here, named Crypto Hendo, said, talk about mortgage hypothecation. I'm still young in the subject. So let's talk to you about mortgage hypothecation.
Get them.
All right. So first of all, you're already. You're already. So first of all, we want to understand what the concept of this whole thing is. This is a debt wealth society. So this means that the only way that you can actually move forward is if you go backwards, because backwards would be symbolic of debt. So if I want to get an education, if I want to get a place to live, right? If I need to drive to go get my education or drive to go to work so I can sustain my place to live, all three of them have something in common, and that is debt. So if I need a car, that's a car note, debt obligation. If I want an education, because we certainly need that to survive, debt obligation. So now I got a car note, debt obligation. Now I got a student loan, debt obligation. You feel what I'm saying? And now if I need to live somewhere, I get a mortgage. That's a debt obligation. So now what we need to do is this. Here's the question. When we look up the word mortgage, we see what? Mort means death, engage means pledge or agreement. So you're making an agreement until you die. What's this agreement until you die? Well, the lifetime expectancy for the black man, particularly for black people in general, is around 72 years old. The black man is expected to die sooner than his black female counterpart. So he's actually he's expected to die sooner than his black woman counterpart. So he's actually going to die before 72. So keep that in mind. The average brother, right, or sister purchased their first home, right, normally in around 33, 34, 35 years old. And it's normally a 30-year fixed rate mortgage where they ask for a 20% deposit down. And they stretch that out per the interest for 30 years. And what this would normally happen, what this would normally represent is what? You will be about 65 by the time you potentially pay this thing out, which would mean you'll have 7 years or less, especially if you're black, to die. So it's a mortgage payment, mortgage pledge is a death pledge or a death agreement, because by the time you pay this off, you'll be dead. Right. And then you're probably going to probate, and the government will solicit it to somebody else because you probably didn't set up a trust to retitle your property. But that's a sidebar, I won't digress. So now mortgage means death pledge. So now we're going to look at what hypothecation means. To hypothecate is to have a conditional interest, in which case someone doesn't tell you, the lender or the seller doesn't tell you that, you know what, somebody else is also going to be making money off of this investment you're making. You don't know, so that's the condition. Now, according to UCC 9-105(d), a debtor can only conditionally own property. So this means that they render you a debtor until you say otherwise, and this is according to the presumption of law. So what this means is what? Well, you will have to establish what's called a perfected claim, which is another conversation. Hopefully, I can get into that if I can speed this up as much as I can. I want to be as thorough with this process as possible. The point that I want to do right now is just deal with the words and the etymology, so we can understand what their position is when they put us into debt. So right now, we know that mortgage or mortgage represents what? A death agreement, an agreement until you die. Hypothecation, which is when they know they're going to sell your debt to somebody else without you knowing, which makes it a condition. Hypothecate etymologically means to dig a hole or to bury. So one is what? Death pledge or death agreement. The next word, hypothecate, which mortgage hypothecation, means to dig a hole or to bury. Houses get foreclosed upon. We know what foreclosures are. But foreclose etymologically means to cast away. or to get rid of, as in a spirit. What spirit? Well, of course, if you have a death agreement, you're dead, right? So if you don't pay your mortgage, they have to cash you away. If you don't pay until you die, you're dead in that agreement, and now they have to cash you away through foreclosure and bury you through hypothecation. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's a mortgage hypothecation in retrospective foreclosure. So now that we know what these words mean and represent, we need to now say to ourselves, what is a mortgage hypothecation? Well, I told you already. Mortgage hypothecation is when there's a conditional interest via UCC 9-105 in parentheses D, where we learned that a debtor can only conditionally own. So now what we're going to have to say is, how do we avoid that? The concept is first in time, first in line, which means if I can set up a superior lien, a priority lien, a first priority lien is the actual terminology or the jargon or the verbiage or the nomenclature. These are all synonyms. I'm just giving you as much as damn as possible. So what happens is, this off the Henny, so I'm not fucking, I'm pretty good. So I might need to add this to my shit before I do a lecture on some Bobby Emmett shit. You know, salute to the legend. So he might have been onto some shit. So now, you feel what I'm saying? Because I'm cooking right now. I ain't gonna lie. I can hear that shit sizzling.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with bacon. That shit sounds like bacon right now. You know what I'm saying? We cooking that shit up. So now what happens is, when you look at it, you have to say to yourself, how do I set up a lien against my own property before they establish a lien in the form of either a foreclosure or a loan? So this is called the perfected claim, when you establish a lien on your own property before someone else does. And that's why the actual terminology is first in time, first in line. Why? Because a person can't be in debt to two different people simultaneously. They can't run concurrent. One has to put you in debt before the other. So what you do, you erect a trust, you retire your property to your trust, you make your trust your creditor, and you put yourself in debt to your own company. So everything that you ever get from this point forward, right, is beholden to your trust. What does that do? Well, then now whoever the creditor is, they have to make sure they look up the UCC filings, because in UCC 1, that's a financing statement which establishes the agreement between creditor and debtor. The creditor only can be birthed by way of the debtor. So what does this mean? What this means is, you're going to set up a first in time, first in line agreement amongst your company, but it's not considered your company, control everything, own nothing. So what happens is, you make yourself a worker of your own company, you make your company the creditor, you make yourself the debtor, you retire your property to the company, and then what's going to happen? Now your company says, anything that you ever get belongs to me first time. So now somebody sells you a property and says, well, you know what, we're going to take it back. You say, well, you got to check this UCC filing. This is international law. This is rule. If you check this filing, you'll realize that I'm in debt to this company. First, you should have checked that out before you sold me this property under your fraudulent pretenses called the conditional interest. And what happened is, this is called a perfected claim. And this, in essence, is what sovereignty means. Sovereignty means to own property void, free, and clear of any condition. Condition being a technical term for real estate in that genre specifically. So what this means is, in common law, perfected claim renders your property, well, in contemporary law, a perfected claim renders you have a relationship with your property called fee simple. In an archaic sense or common law term, when you have a fee simple relationship with your property, meaning you have a first in time, first in line lien on your property, a first priority lien, meaning that you set up a perfected claim, nullifying the presumption of the item sold, thereby there be no condition. Now what this means is, in common law, the term for fee simple is crime. So whenever you own a property free and clear of a condition, and you have a first in time, first in line lien, first priority lien, fee simple relationship with your property, in common law, that renders the actual land or the house a crown. Who wears a crown? The king or the queen wears a crown. So in essence, that's what sovereignty means. Sovereignty means to own a property free and clear, void of a conditional interest, thereby stating henceforth that you have established a perfected claim. The goal is to own property and to be the ruler in your own capacity, to have some type of autonomy, have some type of rule, okay, reminiscent to that of countries, right, that own property by way of a allodial title. The way you do it as an individual is through fee simple relationship, perfected claim, first priority lien, first in time, first in line. These are all synonyms that renders your property in common law a crown. So you don't have a crown until you have a property that they can't steal from you underhandedly. Your property is your crown. You feel me?
Well, let me ask you a question.
So that's the answer right there.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a polite question. Do you ever really own the property? Being the fact that you got to pay property tax.
Well, this is a good question.
The question is,
we're talking about owning property in the highest capacity that you can in this land. the highest capacity that you can own property. We're going to be as technical and specific as possible. People say specific, so I'm going to make sure I say specific. Because the Henny's kicking in, I still want to enunciate these words properly. So we're going to...
I'm sweating like a motherfucker.
I'm sweating like a motherfucker. My brother distracting the shit out of me while I'm talking. He's going through a lot of changes.
It's been hot. Like, it's been hot. Shit.
He's going through a lot of changes, but you know I drink to that. Hey, I ain't hot in a while because he was cooking earlier. You know what I mean?
It's hot as shit in here. I'm just be real.
You got a short sleeve, I got a hoodie.
Niggas is lit. This shit is thick.
It's a t-shirt.
This shit is, ball man don't make thin shit. This shit is like a sweater.
You said you got a short sleeve sweater on, like Coochie back in the day. Oh, Coochie was a good short sleeve sweater.
It is hot. Why these comment niggas be thinking they funny by calling out obvious shit? It's hot, nigga.
That's a Henny nigga, man. I'm cool.
Yeah. Okay. So look, yo, listen. Yo, listen. This is dope. This is deep. Okay. Let's see. Damn, those white walls are killing me. It feels like an insane asylum. What's wrong with people, man?
You know they gotta do that. They only do it to get a rise out of you.
Right, they just say shit like a nigga ain't never sweated before.
You gotta get King Lowe's daylight and the rest of them on the next one. Yeah, we gotta do that. We gotta bring daylight to the conscious trading champs and B-Dot and King Lowe's. Those are good ideas. We gotta.
Let's show niggas how to drop knowledge with sweaty armpits.
Hey, all y'all gotta do is share the video and show your love and support, and you feeling it. And if you feeling it, we gonna keep doing it.
Share the video, baby. Add me on Instagram too. Liquid Cash, LIKQUIDCASH. Cheers.
All right, so I'm looking for some more questions. Well, yeah. So basically, what Liquid was alluding to.
Yeah.
You'll never. The only thing I feel you truly can be in complete control of is self.
Exactly.
So
I feel the same way.
And I don't want to say metaphysical and go for law. Metaphysics means beyond physics. There's a point in physics where they only can learn at the point of classical physics. And they said there will be breakthroughs in the future, and anything that comes after classical physics will be rendered metaphysics. So we're still talking about math and we're still talking about science at the end of the day. So when I say metaphysics, I'm not talking about that which is intangible that we can't validate or confirm, that goes undetected and speculated upon. I'm not talking about that. Even if it's a theory, and we're talking about scientific theory, which is different from theory. Scientific theory is a culmination of facts that render something possible until someone disproves it. Different from theory where someone's just shooting from the hip. There's very important words and distinctions here. So what I want people to understand is that it's all love. We're gonna be teaching, doing our thing. Ask your questions, but in terms of what my brother asked me, the only thing I feel we truly can have 100% control of, and that's in seconds worth of time, is self. All right, and that's a struggle day to day. So forget attempting to get 100% control of our property. We're gonna do what we do in the best capacity we can.
Get control of yourself.
But control of self, you got to deal with first before you talk about controlling some person, some place, or something. And that's the problem with people. They're looking to control person, places, and things before they control self. So true sovereignty is exhibited and demonstrated by the control of oneself. So when I say I'm sorry, that's because I do a great deal of introspection. I do meditation and I do prayer. Because people pray, which is to make a phone call, but meditation is to receive the call back. You feel me?
I like that.
So people out there making mad calls, prank calling God. They prank calling the universe. They're asking for all sorts of stuff. Then they leave the crib, the shit is ringing. You giving them the dial tone. You giving them the voice message. You feel what I'm saying? So if you pray, you gotta meditate. One side of the world prays, one side of the world meditates.
One thing I noticed too, you gotta know how to pray. It's another thing.
Facts.
You gotta know how to pray.
You know the problem is though, people are worried about where to pray. Like, what are you talking about? There's no where.
Well, when it comes
Just
down
pray.
to knowing how to
Put it
pray,
out there.
Exactly.
you got to look at the different, just the different praying methods that people have, or worship methods that ancients had over time. People use yoga, Kundalini yoga. That's nothing but prayer. That's nothing but worship. Especially when you put mantras with the actual positions that you stretching or the chakras that you open and using the breathing all at the same time of you basically centering yourself through meditation and being conscious of who you actually praying to. That's why it comes down to knowing yourself, knowing your past, knowing your ancestors, because people essentially praying to the wrong gods. Y'all not even praying to y'all ancestors. Y'all praying to somebody else's ancestors because y'all not.
The question now, the person asked. I want to get the right question here. I apologize. Someone asked, who do we pray to? Who do we pray to?
I just told you, you pray.
I know. I want them to know that that's been addressed. So I want you to say it again. You're sipping kind of fast, but I'm gonna follow you.
You pray to the ancestors. You pray to your ancestors. You pray to yourself. Pray to thank your higher self.
And let me give you some game on praying too. Let me give you some game what I mean about how you pray. Check this out. You go sit down and pray for more money, right? And you can go outside and walk past a dollar bill, and there you have it, more money. You understand where I'm coming from? So you got to really be specific on how you pray. Your vision got to be clear. You know what I'm saying? Be careful on what you ask for, because you will receive it.
Well, this is the thing. People pray for money, and they feel like if money just don't fall in their lap, their prayers isn't getting answered. When people pray for money, what you essentially praying for is the ideal to make money. Because we all know this shit ain't just you ain't gonna open your eyes and it's just gonna be right there on the floor. What you pray for is you pray for the will, you pray for ambition, and you pray for the wisdom to know how to go get the money.
Exactly.
And so those prayers get answered all the time, and you might not know it because your prayers is gonna work through the individuals around you. So if I'm praying and I'm like, damn, who is of my ancestry? Who is about to answer these prayers? And I'm like, yo, I gotta make this happen. I gotta close this deal. Let me say a mantra. Let me say a prayer real quick. And just so happened, the homie hit me up like, yo, hey, we in Vegas right now. We about to make some shit happen. Boom, prayer answered. And it came through another person, another entity, another God, however you want to address the people in your circle. That's why it's so important to make sure your circle is strong.
And I was going to say too, at the end of the day, what he's saying is all the power of the mind. Because it all starts in the mind first. It ain't even just about the prayer only.
Let me say this.
Started in his mind
The word
first.
for prayer in the Bible, and what they call Hebrew, means telepathy. But you can keep going.
Yeah. So it all starts in the mind.
Telepathy come from.
D. So it all starts in the mind, man, at the end of the day. You know what I mean? If you can think it, you can achieve it. Everything starts in the mind. Everything you want to achieve in life, you have to first think it.
That's a fact.
You have to first. When I was working out in the gym, I used to think, man, I'm going to lift the biggest weight and I'm going to get the biggest, however, I'm going to get real bulky and I'm going to get real lean and I'm going to get real whatever. The first time that I saw my body transforming and get into the physique that I wanted to be, I sat down and meditated and thought about how I wanted my body to look.
Wow.
That's how it worked. It wasn't about lifting the biggest weight, the heaviest weight, or whatever. It wasn't about that.
Hey, you be kicking some shit.
It wasn't about that.
Baby. We need to reload.
Yeah.
We're gonna get that out of here. We need to reload.
Because that's what it's about, man. Showing that, hey,
hook us up, man.
people is gonna niggas is conscious from all different levels. You know what I'm saying? If my man can talk that talk, he can talk that conscious talk to where you can understand it, or the niggas on the block can understand it, he's doing his job. That means if he's not explaining in this whole elaborate way, but he's getting to the point where you feel that shit. If you feel it, he's doing his job.
That's exactly straight.
And I feel every word he's saying, every story that he told tonight, you can tell it's just coming from a real place.
Yeah, man.
And so you do nothing but respect it from there.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm
Appreciate
saying?
that.
Like straight up. You know what I'm
Appreciate
saying? Because I ain't even know half of this shit.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
Word,
man.
that shit deep.
Yeah, man. That's how it started for me, man. Just visualize it. Everything is visualized.
Because you can see where the hunger come from. Like he's basically giving you a breakdown of what made him this way.
Exactly.
Like what created this animal. This is like, yo, I gotta go get it.
Exactly.
And that's what it's about. His hard times, his experiences made him who he is today.
Exactly.
As our experience make all of us.
And let me tell you this too. A lot of times people put their problems on their past experience, and they blame their parents or they blame the way they was raised on why they go through whatever they go through. But a lot of times, let me tell you this. Me and my father, we never had a communication. Our communication was very small. We never really talked much. But he taught me a lot by what he did. You understand? He taught me a lot. Right now, because I experienced the things that I went through, I didn't use it as a crutch. I use it as motivation. Everything that I went through growing up is motivation. I never look back and said, I don't have this because of that. I don't have this because of this past or what happened back then. I don't think about all of that. I look at what he taught me without teaching me. I observed. You did? And I
believe in God.
Let me tell you how deep it is.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
And you're gonna have hate and hold grudge towards your family members on how you was raised and brought up. But as you get older, you live longer, you get wiser, and you realize there was a lesson in that, in going through that. I tell people all the time, negativity is a necessity as positivity. You gotta go through the negative. You gotta embrace the negative. The negative. Let me tell you, when I was a kid, I used to love to go through trials and tribulations. Because you know what I knew? I knew everything. I knew something that all the kids didn't know. These trials and tribulations is going to create character. That's the thing. Instead of complaining that you're going through trials and tribulations, look at it as a blessing. The other day, I was driving my let me show you how I got my IA. I was driving my S550 Benz on Las Vegas Boulevard and Flamingo. I was at the stoplight, the red light, just chilling. And while I'm at the stoplight, just chilling, following my homeboy, a lady in a PT Cruiser hit the shit out of me. Total my shit. I even hit my homeboy in front of me in his Benz. Damn. Total my shit. You did?
Yo, this shit is.
And an average person would have jumped out furious. Right. Because this thing, they'll jump
we
out.
both was furious.
They'll jump out furious because a PT Cruiser, that's total your shit. PT. You think what I'm saying? It's total your shit. Now let me check it. Let me check out light work, the power of mind. Now the average person would have been livid. Now check this out. Me, when I jump out of the car, I was cool, calm, and collected. The first thing I said, damn, God want me to level up. He want me to take it to the next level. This is a blessing. God wanted me to get, I looked at it like this. God want to take me out of this S5 and put me in the IA. And that's why I got the IA. Because I said, man, this is a negative.
God want me to level up. That's a shirt.
That's a shirt. That's a shirt. God wants
I never heard that.
God wants
me to level up.
Remember when you heard it first? Check this out.
Son, that shit is dope.
The average person would have been pissed,
My God,
man.
it's my wife.
And
That's even more levels. But go ahead.
So let me tell you this. So I said, man, God wanted me to level up, man. And I went and I said,
cooking, man.
And I said, man, let me go get some.
I know when you're cooking. This man's ready. He starts driving.
And I got the IA, bro. And I got the IA. And it's just like I basically y'all know what time it is. Let me give you some game. Let me give you some game. I basically every time I go, let me tell you this, I'm gonna give you some game. Check this out. Every time I go through a negative situation, I look at the positive. Let me tell you this.
Fuck that. Where's the AC, right? Oh, I'm sorry. God wants us to level up with that AC.
Hey, I slipped up. These niggas got on hoodies and white shirts. Everybody's sweating. It's hot as shit. Hey, he said, but you was the first one. Niggas is petty.
I'm not hot at all.
Yo, go ahead. That shit is spiritual.
Yeah, bro. So
Hey, want to know Hennessy Pure White for the new people that came in. Hennessy Pure
This
White.
nigga make you want to buy an IA.
Fantasy
Nah,
BMW.
I mean, two of us got it.
Yeah, make you want to get IA, man. But that's what I'm saying, man.
Might make an IA club.
My point is, you appreciate the negativity just as you appreciate the positivity in your life, man.
Man,
Appreciate the negativity,
Y'all niggas
man.
better-
I love it when I go through negative stuff, man. I love it. I
You
embrace
done shout
it.
out Beamer
Any
2 times.
negativity I go through, I embrace it because I say there's a blessing within this negative moment. That's how I look at it, bro.
Word.
Everything. I'm talking about everything. If a girl leaves me, if a girl comes out and walks out of my life, I say, oh, damn, God is opening the door for me to get a better female with more intelligence.
She was a learning experience. Like we
Exactly.
say, we don't take losses, we take learns.
Yeah,
So we
exactly.
only win and we learn in this lifetime. Stop thinking that there's losing. We gotta get out the negative mentality.
Exactly.
It's the words that we're using that's so suggestive that puts us in poverty-stricken conditions,
Right.
puts us in
Right.
dilapidation, puts us in
Right.
extreme poverty in the form of destitution.
Mm.
We have to make substitutes for the words that we use because these words alter our reality day to day. That's why when you hear me speak, I will apologize anytime you hear me say the word try.
Right.
Because
We don't try.
We don't try.
We don't try. We make it happen. We have to show it, and then we have it.
Because my daughter would be like, Dad, I'm trying to do good, right? So I'm like, are you doing good? I'm like, hold on. You just told me you tried. So I said, are you doing good? And you said, huh? Because something in your brain wants to say try. Are you in the process or the state of doing? She's like, yes. So then you're not trying. So imagine how powerful it is to say, Daddy, I'm doing good. Or Daddy, I'm doing good. Why are you in doubt about the good you're doing? If you're saying you're trying,
insecurity.
that's right.
In this world, we're born into insecurity. They like, fuck it, you about to be insecure. Here. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Nigga,
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
media
You're about to be
outlet,
insecure.
you're about to be insecure.
Yeah.
Find
Hold
your
that.
way out of that shit.
Hold that.
Figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Figure it out.
Figure it out.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. You about to be insecure.
You about to be insecure. You born in an insecure world. The damn
That's
doctor that suggested a C-section because they didn't want to work their schedule around a random pregnancy. So what they do is they tell you, hey, get a C-section. It's better for the body.
Better for the baby.
It's better for the baby, when it's absolutely wrong. They doing that because they getting a $10,000 check and they can pencil that in they schedule. Like, oh, I gotta do a birth today.
And now you develop an insecurity because of the scar that's right below your
You born in
pregnant.
insecurity.
Yeah, that can happen. That can happen. I can see all that.
And you just got game ran on you to get that.
Exactly. See what happens.
Yo, I like to thank y'all. Let me get back to the viewers.
Yeah.
I want to thank y'all because they said this is a dope ass bill. They're saying we need more of this. They say, man, they love to see the brothers building because generally when you think black men are drinking, you get this idea that we just wild to freak out. Now there's some wilding,
Yeah.
right? But I'll tell you this,
You sweating.
we was wilding more when we wasn't drinking, when we was speaking for like 30 minutes with no violence.
Yeah. He was violent even
And
more.
they was wilding for watching that shit because we had just as much as views.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you the telepathy that took place, or the prayer, because prayer is telepathy, communicating from one mind to the next. And the universe is just nothing but a mind. You feel me? So when we talking about praying, we talking about connecting with the universe. We just talking about sending our messages out. Why? Because when a pebble gets thrown into water, the waves oscillate outward. But if we stay there long enough, we'll realize that the waves come back to the source of impact. And that's how the thoughts are when we send them out to the universe. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The thoughts out there in the universe, and then the thoughts come right back to a source of impact. Now what we learn is we got to speak more emphatically. But it's not so much about speaking, because we know if it's about prayer, we looking to connect with the universe. People talking about they connecting with God, and God is outside the planet, because that's the difference between nature, right, and the universe. Because if it's inside of Earth, it's nature. If it's outside, it's the universe, right? Because there's no nature outside the universe. Because there's no air outside the universe, because space is a vacuum. And if there's no air to collapse upon itself, then there's no value. So speech is obsolete. Now we're talking about frequencies. And frequencies have to be modulated, which means they have to be encoded, and that's why you got an FM radio station. And this is why sometimes you be thinking thoughts, you be thinking songs, you be saying a song, singing a song, and then somebody else starts saying it loud, and you're like, I'm at the same point in the song that you just started singing. I was just thinking the same thing. But both of you tapping into the radio station because they built the land, which is called the plane, and our plane is higher than it's supposed to be, which makes us extraterrestrial, because we're extra Earth. We're on extra Earth because it's supposed to be lower. So what happens is there's 4 different spheres on the planet. The 4th sphere is the ionosphere. The ionosphere is where they transmit radio frequencies. So the closer we are to the ionosphere, which they build the land higher on purpose, is so they can tap into the mental plane of the planet Earth called the ionosphere, where they can transmit mental frequencies and modulate these frequencies to encode them to be suggestive to us. So a lot of times we're picking up things in the form of frequencies and thinking we're in control of our lives, but we're not.
No, I agree.
So let's slow it down. So let's slow it down.
Instagram got a big control,
Facts.
big
Facts.
to that. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Instagram.
saying?
A lot of times, hey man, go ahead.
No, but when it goes down to no.
I would dig in on it, but go ahead.
Guys, you already know.
Yeah.
In these communities, that's ascending because everybody is rising right now. We see everybody being more healthy. We see everybody, and people call it a trend. I don't necessarily call it a trend. I just say that Earth is vibrating very fast right now. So everybody is trying to be conscious of their health and of their physique and just growth. So you got entrepreneurs just popping up out of nowhere, and this is all gonna correlate with just what's going on holistically on the globe. And so what we trying to do here is we just trying to build a platform that's gonna assist people in their ascension. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I think? I think a lot of people are waking up. They're waking up. Well, they threw Instagram and Snapchat in the mix to keep you asleep.
You know what?
That's
what I'm talking about.
I agree with this.
We can use it to our advantage.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at.
But the average person, though, is not.
But the average person is gonna be.
majority.
The
So
average
we know-
person will probably
That's all
wake.
they want to control.
I believe the average person will wake up faster with social media because now the average person who would have been extra average without social media can now tap in to what other people is doing around the world.
Now watch
Niggas,
this. Watch this. Watch this. Let's do
I
this.
like that point, but
Let's do this.
it's deep. Niggas in the Bahamas didn't know what was going on in Las Vegas.
Say less.
10 years
Say
ago.
less. But watch
10 years
this, though.
ago.
Watch this,
Without
though.
the app.
Watch this though.
But
They construct the product and sell you on its potential based on positivity. But they also understand the state and condition of the masses. So they know, hey, we're gonna sell you on the potentiality that you can expand your business, you can network with everybody. But they understand the psychology behind people. I was talking to my man A.A. Rashid, who imparted some wisdom, and he was like, yo, listen, study psychology. So I started going deep into lights and realizing endorphins are secreted. Happy hormones are being secreted whenever someone
Exactly.
likes. So now you have people that
Exactly.
you talking about insecurity. You have people that are insecure about who and what they are.
yes.
And so what they do, they get on social media and they attack other people because that's the only way they can get attention. And what they'll actually do before they tear other people down is ask people to give them a heart. You see what I'm saying? Because these people are lacking in love. And every time they see another view, they actually feel better about themselves and they actually believe people like them.
Exactly.
So they start drifting away from the real world and they spend more time
Yes.
in the virtual world because in the virtual world, they feel that they have more rapport. And this world out here, they can't function in. So when you look at the average person in the conscious community, they may wear a top hat with a tassel. They may wear plastic spikes and tell you the ancestors wore plastic spikes. When plastic is relatively new, like 60, 70 years ago. And it's non-biodegradable, so we know our ancestors was more accurate with that. But anyway, that's it. I don't want to digress. So we got the plastic spike wearing people. We got the top hat with the tassels. We got the cargo pants, big black boots, talking about we're going to step on the white man's neck. And everybody got costumes on. And I don't say costumes to be demeaning. I don't say it to be derogatory. Well, your uniform or your outfit is a costume.
Right.
You feel me? It might be a wardrobe depending on what your intention is when you come out and who you're looking to cater to in terms of demographic.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we turn around and we say to ourselves, you know what? Let's really think about this. We are able to become something we were not. We are able to become something that we were not
I think we can charge it down.
in the conscious community. There was a charger here.
Yeah, I got it over here.
Yeah. We were able to become something we were not in the conscious community. So that's why nobody want to leave it. It ain't that they want to, they don't want to leave because the world is messed up. They don't want to leave because they found a world that they could thrive in and they can fabricate reality. And that's okay to an extent, but some people are looking to avoid real life responsibilities. Some people are looking to escape having to pay their bills. Escape happened to be a man to their wife. Escape happened to be a father. Escape happened to be a mother. Escape happened to learn the ability to connect with other human beings. And this brings me to a very important subject matter that I'm going to shift this to that really should be for another day. Let's talk about the strip club. Woo! Let's talk about the church for the ratchet man, the church for the ratchet female, and not necessarily the ratchet in general. The strip club is church for a lot of people. But let's talk about the psychology behind the strip club, where it's just like social media in real life. Because the strippers is giving you likes and making you feel better about yourself. When she talks to you and gives you that pillow talk conversation, hey, so what's your name? So what you like to do? You know, so you're a good person. I think you're handsome. When she does all that, she caters to your ego. You start feeling better about yourself. Then you come out in the world and you see a sister and you deal with her like she's a stripper, and you think you can grab her as you feel, talk to her the way you want as you feel, because you're confused because you learned how to socialize through a superficial means, through the art form of prostitution. So now you don't know how to actually engage a sister that has value because you learned how to communicate with women because you were scared initially. A lot of people learned how to start having conversations with women when they realized these stripper women, they didn't have to really, the onus wasn't on them to really be too sophisticated because she about her money, she gonna make you feel like what you're saying makes sense anyway. Then you bring that into the real world and you don't realize that don't cut it in the real world.
Oh, shit.
And quiet as kept, a lot of women that strip, they dress more conservative than the women who dress a little more provocative. This is all backwards. This is the reciprocal. A lot of women who strip will be the ones
Covered up,
walking the streets.
outside the strip club.
Definitely.
You feel me?
Definitely.
And a lot of women that show some legs, show some thighs, those be the ones that be married.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? But the psychology behind going to the strip club has our brothers destroyed who have low self-esteem because a lot of us learned. Like, I'm gonna tell you, I was in strip clubs from 12, 13 years old, collecting the money and turning it over to the homies. I learned how to communicate with women through the homies that allowed me to be in settings that I probably shouldn't have been in. The first time I had sex was on the rooftop, freezing cold in New York. Because they was like, yo, my man's was making fun of me. My man's was all talking about this freak they beat. You know, they come out on the weekend, be in the hood, be in Lincoln Terrace Park. Certain sisters that's walking around at a certain time of night, we looking for the freaks because they come out at night. This is what we was on. You know what I mean? You feel what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
So they threw me out there and it was like, yo, hold on. We started talking, right? So they started asking me about my sexual experiences. I started making shit up. I was like, nigga, you ain't fuck that. This is what they
Right. We all fronted.
Yo, you ain't never beat nothing.
Right.
So I'm like, yo, nah, I beat this chick crazy. They're like, what happened? What she said? What you did? When did it start? Where you met her from? So eventually I'm like, yo, they knew I was lying. But they're like, yo, so my man got me the freak. This is how I don't look to disrespect women. This is just what it was. This was a conversation. They're like, yo, we gotta get him a freak so he can pop his cherry. That shit sounded suspect. My cherry. What you mean pop my cherry? That shit sound crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So, you know, back then we used to say what the. So I was like, what the? You know what I'm saying? We said what the? Like that was our shit. So, you know, what happened was they got the freak. Let me get a slice of that thing. Yeah, because it's shit serious. Okay? But they about to hear
My
some
bad.
shit.
Damn, my fault.
Yeah, so they said let's get this man a freak because he obviously lying. So I'm almost in tears. I fucked something before. Right. You know what I'm saying? They're like, nah, you don't worry about that. You ain't gotta do that with us. You know, I'm your brother. We don't get you a freak. So we in Lincoln Terrace Park chilling and everything. They found us a freak. Anybody walking around 11 o'clock afterwards, just walking around randomly in that park. They wasn't like prostituting. They was just, that's just what it was. Like, yo, she ain't the older cast, and guess what? We giving it to you, young homie. Right. You got that. So they talked her in, like, yo, show my man how to do what he's doing. So now what happened is this. I get up to the rooftop, it's freezing cold. I ain't got no place to be. I ain't got no crib. You feel me? I'm not even a teenager. You feel me? I'm not even a teenager. So I ain't got no crib, no sister. So
Right.
my man take me to the rooftop, bring us both up there, and they're like, yo, we waiting downstairs. You want to hear results? Son, I go upstairs, you feel me? I ain't gonna lie to you. I nutted before I could even put it in her. I was out of control.
Got him.
Got him.
I got polite out here.
Yo,
At all.
fuck this
Tell
shit.
us all.
Fuck this shit. This shit, I'm gonna pay for this shit later. But yo, on the real,
No, that.
now I'm gonna tell you, real talk. I put my shit against her joint,
And it was over.
and that her energy, she shouldn't even been a freak. She was a fucking god.
I'll tell
My
you this.
shit came so close. I don't even know if I actually touched this shit. It was just explosion. This was before for
I
July.
believe porn stars.
And then I asked her, hold on, real quick. I asked her, stay upstairs with me real quick.
It made me feel like we was putting it in.
Yeah. So you know, I don't know better. I
Sound
stayed.
like that,
Watch this.
bro.
Watch this though. I said, yo, stay upstairs with me real quick. I don't know better. So I wait 5 more minutes. I'm like, yo, okay, let's go. So niggas like, you done already? I'm like, how long is this shit supposed to fucking go? I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't watch porn. I never watch porn. I don't even watch it to this day. That's me. You feel me? So I don't want to look at another man's penis. That's me. But that, y'all don't gotta follow what I'm saying. Y'all
I'm saying
just, I ain't
strippers.
judging.
I'm saying any woman that
But that was my first time.
that
So
comfortable
watch this.
with they.
That was my first time, but I don't even know if that was my first.
No,
Good night happened.
no.
Like I was in
Definitely
there.
like your first.
But you know,
You have no.
she instigated it, so I'm always on the fence if this is my first time or not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I was trying to put it in there, and the friction from trying to put it in just had me so crazy. I was like, hold up. And she's just looking at me like, hold up. You know what I'm saying?
He left.
Take
He had like a sip of
He's gonna
him.
take away his liquor license.
Hey, you can't have no more. We cut polite off.
I ain't lit. I'm perfectly.
What I'm trying to say
Yo,
is-
I bet you if you ask me about mortgage hypothecation, I can recite that shit. UCC, that's what I'm.
This is gonna be epic, yo. Hey, this is epic.
Yo, I guarantee
Hey, you a great host, man.
Yo, I guarantee you ask me about mortgage hypothecation, I'll buy you.
You a great host.
I'll buy you that shit. How the fuck did he become the host all of a sudden?
He cut bread.
Nigga,
He cut a whole pineapple.
and then he cut the bread. That nigga like cutting shit. I was cutting niggas back in the day.
You was slicing niggas up?
Well, now here goes another. Here goes another. Yo, don't answer those shit. But here goes another conversation.
Go ahead.
I know the double standard is this. I think that I was being molested by my sister's friend, but I didn't consider it molestation.
That happened to me.
She did my head. She was 22 years old. You feel me? I was 14. Right? So, you know, and this is what led me to have beef with my man. That's another conversation. I actually put it on my Instagram one time and shouted him out like, yo, we friends now. But, you know, he walked down the block. I find out my man, my girl. But the real shit was, this girl's 22, so he's obviously up there too. He's a little younger than her. But I'm way younger.
Right.
So the homie want to fight me. He my man to this day, though. My man gets. But anyway, you know, that shit's tricky. So my aunt felt the way. Because she knew something was going on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, I didn't know nothing about getting a nigga head. That was another level. So actually, I'm going to tell you this. I had sex with her. But it feels like the first time I had sex was when she did my head. That felt like the first real sex.
Right. That was just.
Because that felt better than the JJs I was going in prior.
Right.
But that was like, yo,
You call it the washing machine head.
the washing machine. Because I was saying this, like, yo, you know what? This shit right here, I'm thinking I'm about to beat it, so I'm here undoing her pants. She's like, she undoing my pants. I'm like, oh, she's aggressive. Okay. Then I'm going to take her pants out. Then I'm like, why the fuck she still got her pants on? Boom. Mind you, I ain't got no porno experience. So I don't know what the fuck is going on in the world. So I'm young and I'm dumb. And she just do what she do. And now I'm saying to myself, am I a motherfucking victim? Should I be here doing videos saying I was molested at 14 because this 22-year-old sucked my dick? Should I be saying this? Like, should I be in a rehab place? Because I think it's true. I think it did. It worked wonders for me. But I don't know if I should front to people and say I'm a victim because I don't feel like I was a victim. I feel like I was ready for that. Well, I wasn't ready for it, but when it happened, I felt like,
well, looking back at it right now,
I was happy that it happened.
Do you feel like a victim now?
Now I need to know, am I sick because at 14, I appreciated getting my head done by a 22-year-old? Should she have been locked up? That's my question. Oh, because I did it again over and over and over again until I burnt that shit the fuck out. Like, yo, you don't know.
No, because it's an age, and the age is subjective. Like,
She should be in jail.
She should be in jail.
Arrest that bitch.
Hey, let's break this down. Hey, let's touch on this.
Yo, he said arrest that bitch.
Why is it that these
She
teachers?
should be in jail. Arrest that bitch.
Why is it more female teachers fucking these kids than male teachers? I believe it's more male teachers than just female.
Let me ask you a real shit.
What's up?
Put the hit in you because you want to tell the truth.
Okay.
You have a son.
Okay.
Your son is 14 years old.
Go ahead.
His teacher is bad. You love his fucking teacher.
Okay.
You want his fucking teacher.
14.
Your son is 14.
Okay.
Nigga, you 45.
Okay.
Your son is 14 and you are lusting over his teacher. She speak Espanol.
Okay.
She thick. She got a chunky monkey.
14 is high school, right?
Oh, don't distract this nigga. Don't distract us.
Go ahead.
So now what I'm saying is you find out that your son is having a sexual relationship with his teacher, who might be, let's say, 35-year-old, very voluptuous, attractive woman. Are you discontent? Are you upset that your 14-year-old is having sexual relations with this grown woman? Because I know when it comes to daughters, all of us is like, that's a dog, men and women. But when it comes to sons, this shit sounds tricky. So what I want to know personally from you with the hinting,
How old is she? How old is the teacher?
see, now you want to know how old she is. She's a fucking teacher. She's 14. Does it matter?
It don't matter.
Oh, it don't matter.
Let me explain.
Are you going to say what they want to hear, or are you going to say what you feel?
Is he done with the question?
No, I'm not done. Let me ask you
Okay,
this.
because this question that's going on.
You already stuttering, my nigga. You stuttering.
Let me hear you.
You
We are arguing.
Let's
Let's
get
go.
about to argue. This nigga's lying.
guys got to
This nigga's
Give
lying.
me
He
the
ain't
question.
speak that.
Give me the question.
All right, here's the question.
in the heated debate.
Oh, shit. Yo, listen. So the question is this, my brother.
Go ahead.
I want to make sure they can hear you. The question is this. If your 14-year-old son is having sexual relations with his 5th grade teacher, right?
He's 14. He's not in the 5th grade.
Man,
He's 14. He's like in the 7th. He's like in the 9th grade.
all right, fucking science.
It's like 8th, 9th grade.
Well, what if the nigga got left back? What if he's accelerated and he got skipped?
So he's in the 8th grade. He's in the 8th grade. He's 14. His teacher's he's smashing his teacher.
Hey, thanks for the technical aspect of the conversation.
Oh, my bad.
But you sneaking, nigga. The child.
Because I'm trying to put thought in your question. I appreciate you asking the
Watch
question.
this. The child's 14 years old.
Okay.
The teacher's 30. That's what it is.
That's fucked up.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Is it messed up because you didn't beat, or is it messed up because you think that's actually?
It's messed up because I believe that the teacher mind is more developed than his student. The student is acting off different urges. He's acting off may think. He's not acting in his right state of mind.
Okay,
and
let
he's
me ask
having
you this.
sexual relations with a lady because there's so much things that get passed on sexually. We pass spirits on sexually, so no. It's,
I don't even hear none of that.
it's getting deep.
I don't hear
But-
none of that bullshit. Hold on.
But
We're not with none of that.
when
Let
it
me ask
comes
you the
to-
next question.
what's up?
Because you fronting. Let me ask you another
See,
question.
he'll never let me
I
finish.
don't
You
trust
know I'm
you.
gonna go
I
in.
don't trust you. No, so now, I don't trust you.
Go ahead.
So now, that ass, I don't trust you. Man. I'm gonna crack the door right now.
Go ahead.
I swear, word everything I love, I
Go
don't
ahead.
trust you.
Go ahead.
Word everything I love, I don't trust
Let
you.
me
right
hear it then.
now. Word everything I love. So now, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna up the ante.
Okay.
Now I'm just ask you this. What's the oldest age that your 15-year-old son can have a sexual relationship with a woman?
It would depend on the maturity of my son. And we'll have to have a conversation.
Okay.
We'll have to have a
I got
conversation.
you. I told you I didn't trust you. Right? So let's say your son is mad mature, and he's 15 years old. What is the oldest age?
I gotta have a conversation with it.
See, now you're switching.
If she's 30, if she's 30, it's not happening.
bottom.
Period. If she's 30,
So
it's
give me
not
the
happening.
age. How old? What's the oldest age? You see, people don't like answering these questions because you're incriminating yourself now. I want you to know that. And it's unfortunate that you got to ask this question
Because I'm not getting allotted the right amount of time to finish my whole thought.
All right. So let me ask you the question. You finish your whole thought, and hopefully it don't take 5 minutes for you to say yes or no. Hopefully you just say 15, 20, 21, 22, 23. This is a real conversation. This is adult shit. Don't feel no way. Whatever you say, you will incriminate yourself anyway. I'm not going to stop until you incriminate yourself.
This is just real conversations, man.
This is real.
These comment niggas be fake. They be like,
no. We having a real conversation because I'm going to tell you this. When it comes to my son, I'm going to tell you this. I'm listening to what you're saying. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck you're saying, so I can't even co-sign what you're saying until you keep it real. But I'm going to tell you this. This is what's going on in the world.
Let me answer the question.
Okay, cool. I'm not going to answer it. So boom, this is what I'm telling you, my brother. What's what I'm asking you? What is the oldest age that your 15-year-old son can deal with a young woman or woman? I don't know. What is the oldest age that can deal with your 15-year-old son? Granted, you believe your son is at the peak of his maturity. I set it up the way you need it. He's very mature.
He's very mature. And he's 15?
And he's 15. See, we don't really ask these questions, but this shit happens.
I'm gonna put it to you like this. When I was 15, I was dating somebody that was 17, like pushing 18.
Say it again.
I was dating a female who was
You having sex with her, first of all?
Yeah, 17.
How old
She in a point of our relationship, she was 18
at a point.
And I was like 15 and a half. So
you put that half on there and really try to stretch that shit.
I'm trying to be as factual as
So
possible.
she was molesting you.
Molestation is gonna come. It's subjective. It's subjective.
Oh, shit.
It's subjective. It's subjective.
Molestation sounds like
So kings and queens was molesting each other and shit, but they was being
See,
paid.
I didn't want to say rape, but now I'm gonna say rape since niggas want to be sensitive about
So
molestation.
okay,
she was raping
we gonna have to
So
break down the word rape.
So
See,
you
I feel
Who
it's only molestation. I feel it's
you being touched.
In my mind,
that is molestation. That's
That's what I feel.
because it gets used out of context. By
So you basically, your ideology is saying that. So your question is saying that everybody have to be of the same age to actually date, and that's true.
Hey, I'm just saying follow the laws of the land. But you,
What laws of the land?
You apparently don't follow the laws of the land, so I'm asking you what your laws are. Because I would have just said I'm following the laws of the land. That's my answer, and I'm getting the fuck out of this
Because
conversation.
that ain't real.
I'm bumping that.
Look at that.
That's what's wrong with the world. The world can't listen to actual real.
The United States of America has different laws as you go to different states, which is crazy.
Exactly.
So niggas are
So that's
change
why
it based on my
in Arizona, you could be 16 and date somebody that's 18.
bro.
It's law. You can do it.
Utah is different too, I believe, with the Mormons and shit like
Oh,
that.
I bet it is.
So now what I'm saying is, yo, the chat room need to. Yo, I should bring people on, man.
I don't do the chat room. That's what I'm saying. Let's be real. Let's just be real about it. Because I know they want to add in a double standard that when women date somebody, when women mess with a man that's younger than them, that's rape or that's molestation. And I'm not about to get it. I'm not even about to touch on that subject, and you gotta let me finish before they just get.
I gotta ask you a question.
It's getting real.
I gotta ask you a question though. You was 15 and a half and she was 18, right? So this means when she was 19, you became 16 and a half, right?
Right.
And when she was 20, you became 17 and a half, right?
Right.
So how many years was she raping you?
If the man think it's rape, he
No,
think
I
it's
ain't
rape.
saying it's rape.
I don't believe it's rape.
Molestation.
My mom knew about it. That her parents knew about it.
We don't need that. We don't need that. Yo, we don't need none of that. We don't need none of that. Yo, to do his shit with some water. We don't rinse some water. Yo, we don't need none of that. Yo, we don't need none of that. Yo, you need a whole cup of this shit, son. Yo, you don't need none of that. Yo, you don't need to say that. Yo, hold this. Give me that cup. You don't need that. Get out of here. Yo, he suspended his liquor license. Nigga threw his mama to the
Edit that shit. Edit that.
Yeah. He never said that.
See, my dad like 55 and my mom 50.
Oh, we don't need none of that. We don't need none of that.
It's too deep. It's too deep. I'm
You
just
guys
saying,
are right,
man.
But drink
Hey,
chances. I see we're gonna have to
Hey.
finish every episode of Drink Chat.
I'm too real. I'm too real for TV.
Nah,
Like, cause
we
I'm
don't
just,
need
I'm
your
just,
mom
hey,
and
I'm
none
just.
of that. We don't need your mom and none of that.
Leave moms alone.
Leave
Yo,
moms
leave
out.
moms out of it, B.
Hey, I'm gonna edit this
I
shit.
don't know how.
Hey, y'all better edit this shit out. Hey, I don't fuck
Leave
with
moms
these YouTube.
out of it, B.
Yo, leave her out of this. You just made me so.
I'm gonna keep it 100. I always like older women.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, that's a young man's thing.
I ain't gonna lie. I had
Legs
chicks
are
that was.
stronger.
I was 8. I was 17. Had chicks that was 36.
That's what I'm.
Hold on, we gotta
Oh,
go
so-
to it now. Hold on.
oh.
Get this shit off of you for now. We gotta get him the hot seat.
I like older women, B. I like older
They
women.
like this shit, but no, you know what? This is going on. Young men want it, and older women want to give it to these young men. I'm not saying all older women.
I'll tell you the flip side.
So-
Bro, 2 years?
So what I'm
That's too
saying
much?
is,
2 years?
what I'm saying is, this shit is crazy because you got the young horny cats that's like, yo, I'm ready to go in, and they brain is like, yo, them older sisters, and then the older sister is like, yo, I want that younger dude. You know, because she frustrated with the older guys her age, whatever society got set up, the white man, whatever.
Right.
So now the quandary or the conundrum that we find ourselves in the community, which is not being discussed, is the relationship amongst young men and older women. We've already decoded and dissected what we don't like about the women and the older men, the young ladies and the older men. Nobody does. But the men are not spoken about. The young men. The young men aren't spoken about. So now we gotta have a conversation about the young men. Okay? Because no one talks about that. Because silently, it's like, fuck it, men are men. Fuck it. That's what be going on. But now when we start getting technical, like, yo, how old is too old for a young man? So my man says 17, he was dealing with 36-year-olds. Is
Right,
that- is
even
that-
in
is that
the
all right?
movies, even in the movies, you see the freshmen
I mean,
dating the
that's a
senior.
17-year-old. It's a drink. But
You see the freshmen dating the seniors,
She's taking. I mean,
or the lower classmen dating the upper classmen.
She's taking advantage of the 17-year-old.
the 17-year-old thinks he's taking advantage of the
Think he-
situation.
Yeah, he think he's the man. He's looking at.
See,
he's
but
the man.
I like to make shit complicated.
It's
How am I making it complicated?
You like to make shit complicated.
I
But this is
didn't
not
say nothing, but I agree.
I'm saying 18 and 20 is not a big this
Yeah, you
like
said 15 and a half.
and 17, my
And
nigga. It's
18.
the
You
same
said
thing.
15 and a half and 18. And then when she's 19, you're 16 and a half. And when she's 20,
You're 17 and a half.
Yes.
That's
so,
2.5 difference.
Yeah, but you can still go to jail for that.
yeah,
Depending on what
tell
state,
him that. Tell
depending
her
on
that.
what states you in. I live in it. Depending on what states
Tell
you
her
in.
to live, you're right.
Well, okay, well, that's also true.
Depending on what states you
But
in.
tell me in what state when you're 15 and a half. I'm sure they don't round it off to 16. So tell me.
So if I'm 15 and I meet a 17-year-old, I gotta stop dating her when she
You
turns
said she's
18.
18. Stop that.
I said 17 and I was 15.
No.
Do I
you
stop
said-
dating her at 18?
Brother, my brother, you
That's
said
a good
15 and a
question.
half. And 18.
You feel me?
That's a good
Look,
question.
look,
He
question,
like to
we're
make
not
shit complicated.
No.
He
I'm
likes to
using
make-
your words.
Well,
and you
answer
can-
the question.
You can retract the statement. How old was you? Because the numbers are changing, so you can slide out of the shit.
I said 15
15 and a half is what you said.
and she was
And 18. That's what you said. 15 and a half and 18.
You said 15 and a half and you wanted to be factual. You're right. Yeah, you did.
So it's 15 and a half and 18
At the end of the-
permissible in any of the United States?
so let me be real. If I'm 15,
Okay. And she's 18. Say 18.
I'm bagging upperclassmen anyways, because that's just who I was in school. I was bagging the seniors as a freshman.
Because you
I
got
played,
So once you
I
lie
played
about
ball.
your age,
I played ball.
right.
I played ball. Like, you
Yeah,
know,
man.
You felt there was more experience.
I mean, look, I got an older sister. She was a senior when I was a freshman. I played ball on a higher end. So at the end of the day, it wasn't even me pursuing them, but that's who I wanted. What I want. Yo, I was using my consciousness to manifest my goals.
There we go.
My goals was the upperclassmen, and I was bagging. The goals was to get the bad.
All right, let's go to liquid.
Yo.
You full of shit.
No, because the goal was to get the bad chicks, the seniors, and I was doing it as a freshman.
I got you.
They wasn't raping me though. It's rape. I just thought I was bagging.
Bro, it's against the law. So now we're gonna go over here. We're gonna stop this bullshit. It's against the law. Are we law-abiding citizens or not? That's the question.
Well, who's breaking the law?
You
breaking
both-
the law? Me or
Well, you wanted her to break the law, right or wrong? You don't
So-
want to say that? You don't
So
wanna
now
answer
we need police officers
that? I didn't
in
ask
school
that. Did you want her?
monitoring
Didn't ask it.
relationships.
Now we got to be honest with the question. Did you want her to break the law?
Go ahead, guys. Go ahead, guys. He's full of shit. He always doing it. He always doing it.
Hold on, it'll hit us in court. All right, we're gonna move on to liquid cash. We holding him in
content of this.
Right.
Because you don't
Get
want
me
to
up out of here.
So liquid.
They said no more alcohol.
So liquid. Now this is some real conversation. Real conversations come out as this bottle gets lower and lower.
These computer niggas better start acting like they real.
They better be
Humans.
real, because this is real conversation.
Right, this is real conversation.
Real conversation. So now we're gonna go to my man Liquid, right? You can't avoid this, my brother. I love you, my man, you my homie, and everything. So we only want and expect real, because that's all you can give it up.
Yeah.
So we gotta start asking the difficult questions.
Let's do it.
We all know how we feel about the young ladies and the older men. We all know how we feel about that. But we really don't get a conversation about the young men and the older sisters. It's unspoken of, but this is taking place in the community and no one's talking about it. Do we need to stop this shit? If it's against the law or if it's against morality? This is a better question. Are you against it because of morality or are you against it because of law? That's another question I want you to answer later. Back to you.
Okay, go ahead.
When I was 17, I was having sex with 36-year-olds.
Yeah.
So now I want to ask you this first. Honestly speaking, you don't have to incriminate your parents like certain people. You ain't gonna do none of that. Okay? We ain't gonna ask you to do that.
Okay.
What I want to ask you is, the first time, I just presume, you can correct me. The first time you had sex with an older woman, you were underage. I presume that.
Yeah.
So, I find this in a lot of brothers. So, what age was you? Sex with someone that, according to law, was too old for you.
17.
You were 17. Yeah. And it was with a 36-year-old.
So that's the first time you had an older woman at 17? Like a woman that was older than you?
No.
By law, like where it would be.
By law. By law, where would it be? You know,
What's
you
your
go
law?
to jail. No, I mean, in America.
New York?
This was in New York. I was in New York by this time.
Damn, New Yorker did that shit.
Yeah. I was in New York. Yeah, New York, the old lady. She lived in Queens. Go ahead.
He remembered that. He's smiling like a motherfucker too.
She licked his lips and everything.
Where this over here like this? He's biting the bottom of his
She
lip.
got grandkids right now. He still remember that.
Nigga still biting the bottom of his lip. That nigga breathing different. Oh hell no! There'd be a lot of 36-year-olds wilding.
Let me tell you this. For me, at that age, I felt like if I'm dating an older woman, I felt empowered. I felt like, damn, I'm the man. I felt like I'm doing my thing. I feel like, you know what? An older woman financed my first car. An older woman financed my first car. See, that's the benefit.
And I shouldn't even shook his hand. I should have shook his hand.
But that's the benefits of you ain't got no credit. You feel me?
You too damn young. You ain't got a profile. You ain't got
Right.
no credit.
He was 17 though.
Right. And she financed my first car. So at the end of the day, there's benefits in dating older women.
Oh shit.
Well, I put it to you like,
conversation.
no, but because I put it to you
Yeah,
like,
you done opened up Pandora's box.
he did with this one.
Yeah, it's benefits.
So when it comes to older women and younger women, I feel like older women, they're first of all, they already know what they want to do. They already know what they're here for.
I'm looking at the hits. I'm like, yo,
They already know what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Like they want it better. They just want to tell you, like, hey, this is what I got going on. This is my situation. This is what I'm looking for. Can you provide me with that? Every older woman that I mess with has definitely provided me with that disclaimer.
Let me ask you this question.
When it comes to younger women, they don't act out their true emotions. They want to hide it because they want to seem cool. They don't want to be this girl that's going through your phone. What I know about older women, they gonna be like, nigga, let me see your phone. Who is you texting, bro? Let me see it. They gonna be straight. They gonna be straight up. Word. Look, cause I'm a straight up type dude anyways. Like I don't need
I'm trying to switch that shit up.
for
She
real.
was son of you.
Word.
Yo,
She wanted a son.
I'm definitely being real. I'm definitely, first of all, besides the 15 and the 17-year-old, I never dated an older woman. Like I may have smashed one or two of them.
Don't get it.
That was way out my range, but I'm just saying, like,
Hey,
they know what they
Let me
want.
switch this thing
They
up.
know what they want.
Let me switch this. We gotta revisit this way. Almost everybody comes to the platform. Because it's some real shit. We gotta make it a conversation in the household because maybe young men are confused. Because let me tell you this: when it's a young lady, we say she's too confused or too naive for her to be dealing with older men. But so are we saying that the young men are not confused? Because if we saying, look, the young man, he's just, his sex drive is there, he's ready to do it. Who's to say the young lady isn't? Now, I'm not promoting molestation. What I'm saying is there's a huge double standard. Because when men are involved, we don't think they're confused at a young age. But when young ladies are involved, we think they're confused at a young age. So is this the will of a male-dominated society that is saying that it's all right for younger men to deal with way more mature and older women? Are we confusing ourselves? Are we lying? Because on another end, we'll say young ladies mature quicker than young men. We'll say that. Until it becomes sex, then we say, yo, the young ladies is confused. They don't need that. But the young man knows what he's doing. So are we making concessions to molestation towards young black men? Are we making concessions towards people who molest young black men? This is a real question. Because a lot of young black men are having sex underage with adult women.
You got a little cold, right? See, they made me turn it.
I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna say this.
It's firewater.
I'm gonna just say, we wired different. Men is gonna be wired different than women. So when a man look at dating an older woman, they're not necessarily looking at, in a sense, like, hey, this person is taking advantage of me. Most men is gonna look at the older women like,
take another shot.
I'm gaming her. As a young man, when you get an older woman, you feel like, okay, I'm more mature to the point where I feel comfortable enough to date this woman. Because a lot of men, they gonna date out there. A lot of men don't date older women because they feel like they don't have that shit together. So they wanna. It's a confidence issue because they don't feel like they have enough to offer. So they're gonna date lower instead of date over. So when you date lower, you know that the woman. You know that the woman is still in her development phases. She don't understand what you're doing or what you're saying or what you're promising her and all of this.
So now let me ask you some real stuff. That's real. But now let's navigate through this. Now we have a guy talk. This guy cold, but you women are invited. Let's be real. Have you met the woman whose sex drive is so ridiculous? I ain't looking at nobody. That you say, man, what the fuck? You just don't want to stop having sex? Like, have you met the woman who made you, like, as a young man, growing into your own? I'm not asking where you presently are today, so that way you ain't got to embellish on who you are. What I'm saying is, as a young man, you had to come across a woman that made you realize there's more shit going on with sex than the women I already was having sex with. It had to happen.
Yeah, of course.
What's up? And what ran through your mind when you realized, what the fuck is this?
I'll tell you what going through my mind. Go ahead.
No, I want to hear Cat. Oh, because Cat's gonna say some real shit.
Let me tell you what going through my mind. When I had the female that kind of
don't drink it to this.
What I realized, right? Everything that a man does in the bedroom sexually in a nasty way or a real rated R way,
Go ahead.
It's because of a woman. A woman put these things in their mind to go forward.
I agree with you, dog.
To go forward
to everything I love.
Yeah.
She make you drink.
Yeah.
I mean, even ask Bobby Brown and Whitney.
She make you choke.
Whitney started that shit.
She make you do everything that she likes nasty. And let me tell you what happens.
And you being pressured to do this shit. Yeah. And you're like, look, yo, I don't eat pussy. I don't do none of that shit. Yeah. That's how we all start.
Yeah.
I don't eat that shit. Fuck out of here.
Let me break it
Real
down.
niggas don't do none of that shit. And then you meet your motherfucking maker.
Yeah.
And she be like, she got this fucking seductive shit going on. Where you like, yo, I'm gonna do whatever I do so I can hit it.
Right.
Then you're like, nah,
Right.
stop that shit.
Right.
It is
right.
what the fuck is this?
And let me tell you this though.
So
What
you ain't lying.
happened for me?
She starts that shit.
First of all, this choking shit is getting out of control.
Well,
These girls be really
choking.
like, yo. No, this is what the homie said. See, you don't be listening. You don't be listening. I'm commenting on what the homie just said.
I heard him when you said it.
I know.
So you
Because I scream. Why I gotta be
Let me say this real quick. I'm gonna say this. One of my wives, yo, eating it and everything.
Okay.
Choking me.
Yeah, that's
Like,
how
huh? So I don't know how to choke a motherfucker.
Yeah, that's how
So I'm like, yo,
You don't know what.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
nigga, I'm just hitting my 30s.
Right.
I be choking people now. I'm like,
Yeah.
so I'm like,
I'm
okay.
just hitting my 30.
So you know, I'm like, you know,
I'm trying to choke with them too.
I'm not a professional choker, so
Yeah.
I'm not exactly trying to stop you from breathing and shit.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to stop a nigga from breathing.
Right.
So I'm here like, okay, and like choke.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, choke. Like, what if I catch a body by accident? You know what I'm saying? Like, how deep is this shit gonna get? So I got a little uncomfortable. I gotta come out of this motherfucker like, yo, what the fuck is really going on here? Oh, you trying to set me up? I've never heard it before a day in my life. Mind you, you're talking to a man that don't watch porn. So maybe this shit is going on in the porn world. So there we go again, a woman introducing you. You women are slick. Introduce me to, and I'm like, yo, you know, smack me. I'm like, and choke? What the fuck is this? So now when I get angry, you done put some shit in my brother. So now, but it's gonna be, oh, it's permissible when it's sex, but it's not permissible when you just upset. So I don't want to be part of none of that because that shit is dangerous in my world. But you know, I ain't gonna lie to you. I tried shit once. Motherfucker already made me mad.
This nigga like it.
Ain't gonna lie to you.
He like it.
When a motherfucker piss you off, sex becomes like a great response. So a lot of, I ain't gonna lie. Now, if you're a real man, tell the truth. If you're a real man, sex is empowering to you because if you don't hit women, sex is your opportunity to get a little rough. And you know what? It's a little sexy because it's like, now I finally got you vulnerable, but you tapping out because you be talking all that dirty shit to me so much. Nigga this, nigga that. Fuck you, motherfucker. So now
we got the Hennessy and feel like,
nah. Whether it's Hennessy or not.
No, it's real talk.
It's some real shit. It's real talk. When women give you all that damn attitude, it makes sex like, yo.
Oh, definitely. I mean,
sex like a,
I done had girls tell me to choke them. I done had girls tell me to smack them. But
Well, let me tell you like, I ain't gonna kill you. I ain't like, take those sock turns out.
How many women you kill?
Let me piggyback on what really happened. Let me tell you what happened. Hold up.
Yo, we gonna get it.
But let me give you some education on what happened.
But yo, how many women have you killed though?
Let me hear guys, man.
Let me tell you what happened though. Let me tell you what happened. Open that door. Let me tell you what happens. Open that door and the woman brings you to this.
You said stage.
When a woman brings you to this stage where you're in that frame of mind, you start choking everybody. You just become a serial choker.
Yes, and now
people ain't never been choked before. You like
everybody gets it.
You got a little club. You got like can I do it? Like
everybody gets it.
I'll tell you, these niggas got me really crying. No, the nigga said I'm a serial choker, and it's an unsuspecting woman being choked the shit out of.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Come on, man! Come on, man! Hey, look, y'all can't put this on the internet. It's going on the internet. Yo, I'm gonna have to change my name. Yo, scratch that. That's not my tagline.
How my man said that shit turn you to a serial choker, and it's
my
our
clients can't see this.
It's an unsuspecting woman sitting there going,
this nigga really crying.
Harder. And this nigga's like, I'll tell you harder, motherfucker.
You gotta go with it.
Oh shit, yo.
Nah, you want to try it on everybody.
Yo, no. Let him finish this shit. We gotta let him finish this shit. This shit is good.
Everybody gets it.
I just don't want y'all to
everybody gets
that this is me. This is not me.
Everybody gets it. With me, everybody gets it.
Everybody gets it.
So hold on. So for the record, it's Liquid Cash, a serial choker.
I am.
You're a serial choker.
I am. I'm choking everybody. Whether you know it, whether you like it, whether you prove it, I'm choking. You getting it? I mean, hey, we want to see you say.
Liquid just lost his school officially.
Because you know what I noticed?
95% of girls like
the vast majority of women
they want it.
love rough porno sex. They love it. They don't like that.
All right, let me ask you this.
No,
I feel it.
Now, our sis was the first 5 minutes of this shit.
It's definitely a thing.
Yeah, they love it.
But
they love it.
It's a
man,
thing.
niggas is in here talking about yardsticks. What the hell are you doing with yardsticks? What is he talking about? Man, never mind. But anyway, I'm gonna ignore this person. They just doing too much. But let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What is the wildest thing that a woman has asked you to do to her that made you say, because the choking shit is what made me go, yo, hold the fuck up. Because I'm trying. I gotta use the word try. Right. I'm attempting to do this.
Right.
And I'm saying, like, you really want me to go through with this shit?
Right.
And I'm like, okay. And I gotta put myself in the zone. Like, am I supposed to be angry, or is being angry bad, or am I supposed? I don't know how to be sexual choking the mother.
Girls is weird because I believe that girls is really.
I put it in my life.
Once they into sex, they just
was
lose.
introduced me. Like, bro,
Look, they lose all sense of pain. Like girls lose the sense
They
of
like
pain
pain.
during sex.
Yeah, they like
Like you
yeah,
smack,
that's crazy because sex.
smack their ass when
that
they
should
doing
be-
it. When you smack their ass when they're doing their hair, they actually feel that.
But what about this? When you smack their ass outside of sex, like, what the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. They actually feel that. But during sex, that shit is just a stimulant. Like they ain't feeling that pain. If they like
I don't
it,
like that.
if the sex,
shit.
if the sex is
Hold on,
trash,
I
they
don't
be like,
like that
nigga,
shit.
why you do that?
I don't like that shit because I'm here walking around. Nah, that's just like I'm here walking around and I'm saying like this. Okay, the shit is over. I'm like, hey, stop doing that. Hold on now, nigga. You done asked me to choke you, smack you, and do all sorts of weird tricky shit. And now,
It's the Hennessy.
it's not your phone.
No.
Yeah, that is my phone.
I thought you
My
said-
other phone.
Oh, I was about to say. So I'm saying, hold on. So now it's illegal. Mind you, this is your relationship. It ain't like you're talking to some random woman. When a woman,
All of them get choked.
when you, oh shit. Yeah, let's go back to that. Fuck what I'm talking
Let's
about.
go back to all
So,
of
so
them.
now,
Random ones.
so now, I wonder how you sisters feel who loving him in the chat. How many of you sisters is willing to get choked out
My liquid cat.
by liquid gas? So he said it's coming whether you anticipate it or not.
Hey, listen, man, it's a strategy on choking too. You can't just go.
You
gotta
definitely.
It's a strategy
You
on
gotta
choking.
ease your hand up there,
Let me get a strategy.
and it gotta be because it gotta be a consensual.
You gotta
choke.
get the right.
It gotta be
gotta get the
consensual.
Yeah,
You gotta-
so this nigga don't want no consensual.
It gotta be
He
consensual.
said
So,
it's coming whether you realize it or not.
Yeah.
because you put it there, you put it there.
It's coming.
That don't mean you choke just
I
because
can
of
back. I can
because
choke
your
from the
hand.
back too. I can hit it from the back and choke from the back.
But look, just because your hand is on the
tip.
tip,
Yeah.
just because your hand is on the
This
tip,
nigga might be a serial killer.
he just told you he was.
Choke from the back. I got you. I got you. Yeah. You gotta choke from the back too.
That's that Bahamas shit.
Choke from the back
But what I'm trying to tell y'all,
too.
the way you test the water, okay,
Shit.
just so for the niggas that don't choke, the niggas that's in the chat that ain't choking, right? You put your hand on their neck, and then you allow it to be a mutual thing. Like you just don't go out and choke a random chick. You put it there and you let her tell you like, yeah, it's cool. You don't just start choking. It's an art to it. Trust me. I ain't never had a chick look at me crazy for doing it, but I'm saying you can't just.
You gotta feel that energy.
Kawhi Leonard hand
You
like.
gotta feel that energy. That energy gotta be
Call
reciprocated.
this nigga Claw.
The energy gotta be reciprocated, man. You gotta feel that energy. She
So
gotta
let me ask you this.
give you that vibe.
Let me ask you this. What if a woman turn around and say, oh, baby, that's so good. I'm gonna choke your ass.
I don't like when women try to choke me.
Hell no.
I hate that.
Have you had a woman attempt to choke you?
I
Did she want y'all choking simultaneously and shit?
don't like that. I don't like that. Oh, you know, I'm like, chill out. You gotta relax. I ain't messing with that.
Right, don't
Don't try to
too
choke
hard.
And she said she wants.
When I have my little mohawk, don't pull my head too hard.
You like your hair pulled? Cause now,
look.
you get your hair pulled.
Hell no. Come
You
on,
said don't pull
chill,
my
bro.
hair too hard.
I'm just saying, don't pull my shit. No, because
You said don't pull it too hard.
Yeah, you
Because
said
chicken-
not too hard.
a chicken run their hands through your hair. I don't be like,
I said-
don't touch my head like
Yeah,
yeah.
on that Drake shit.
Oh, you like your hair? You like
my
your
hair?
You like
I like my head rubbed. Look,
I
I like my head. You don't like my hair rubbed?
My hair rub, but I don't want nobody putting their fingers through my hair.
Yeah, I don't like it.
And
I don't like it either, but I'm just saying, like,
You just
I'm
let
not
it-
gonna
you
be
let it
that, because I'm not gonna be that. If that's something that
that shit get tricky.
no. Wait. Let me explain this, please. Let me get this all the way out. Let me get this out, because this could be
I'm
took
listening.
the wrong way.
I
So
will
let me
not
just
cut
get it
you
all
off.
the way out.
I swear to you.
Now, niggas is talking about choking
Fuck it, I'm
women.
gonna cut you off. Yo, listen.
Come on, no. Because niggas is talking about choking, smacking, pulling hair. Women do have urges. Women do want to scratch your back. They do want to pinch you. They do
Pinch
want
you?
to.
You letting people pinch you?
Hell no! But I'm telling you what women like
Have
to
you
do.
been pinched?
Yes, nigga, and I'm telling them like, yo, don't do that shit.
that shit don't feel good to me. It may feel good to you when I do it to
Somebody
you.
actually
Because women they take on your mannerisms, right? So you would go around, you'll smack your woman on the ass while she's cooking dinner.
Yo, I ain't
trying to do that
I
shit.
ain't
But
with
you're like, yo,
I don't like
chill
that
with that shit.
And I be thinking
That's
that
for
women be
you.
trying
That's
to,
not for me.
I be thinking women be inadvertently attempting to effeminize or homosexualize black men. Because there be some
That
infatuation.
shit turns them on.
I be like, yo, if you letting her play with your fucking butt, I'm not with none of that. I ain't taking no snacks. I ain't taking no. And you know what? Black women are slick. They want to see how far you will let them go, and I don't know why.
I low-key feel weird when you having sexual intercourse with a female and you do missionary style and they grab your butt for you to
Yo,
go.
hell no!
I don't like that. I don't even feel good.
I'm gonna edit this section out.
You know what I mean? They be trying
That's
to
100, bro. That's 100%. I agree.
They be trying
Because I had a motherfucker.
Because it's real.
I had a motherfucker trying to clinch both my motherfucking buttons. I felt I was being raped.
Oh.
Like, yo, what the fuck is this?
See, my bitch be doing better.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. They will try to clutch.
Girls do try to wear the shit.
And because
No,
gotta
that's
get
because
no fucking cute butt. Don't ever say no shit like that again.
niggas gotta understand. That's what we do
Niggas
to
be in
them.
the hood finding out some
We
shit.
do
like
that to women all day. We do that to women all day.
How the fuck she trying to clench your fucking butt? Like that shit is like
Man, look, niggas be going in
I
with
mean,
the bowling. Niggas go in with the bowling ball. Like, look, you know what I'm saying? Two in the pink, one in the, like niggas be doing that shit. So this, so
you're going in with the bowling ball.
no, I'm saying.
What are you talking about now?
He
Cause
said,
niggas be bowling ball the bitches. Niggas be bowling ball the bitches. Niggas be bowling ball the bitches.
yo, he said two in the vagina, one in the ass. Niggas be balling ball with.
Niggas be bowling ball.
I ain't never heard of this shit.
Real shit.
That's when they doing the Arizona.
Nigga, what? Like, you hit from the back, the thumb?
I don't know nothing about that.
Me neither.
About the thumb?
What the hell?
Niggas be doing the thumb. Niggas be
Yo,
putting
he's
the
a
thumb.
wild nigga, I can tell.
Wow, look.
And meanwhile, she's running her fingers through you.
Nah, hell, I'm talking about.
Hey, everybody out there,
doing it to
have sex responsibly. Use a condom.
what he said. Hey, have respect,
No,
responsibility,
not-
have consent.
Nah, fuck out of here.
Consent.
Let me go back to the question I was going to ask before we close out. What is the wildest shit that a woman has proposed to you to do? And did you do it?
You go first.
The wildest shit.
You see this shit is getting
Nigga gotta go back in the archives. Like,
All right, I'm gonna go first. Because you don't know. You gotta go back in the archives.
it's too much.
Let me go back in the archives.
This is some wild conversation, but this is reality, folks.
The
Hold on,
wildest shit
$100.
a chick ever asked me to do.
I don't know. I mean, if someone asked you to do it, it ain't your fault.
The wildest
Maybe
shit
it is.
The wildest shit. No, realistically,
Wildest shit.
sexual. The wildest shit a chick ever asked me to do is anal. Anal sex. That's the wildest chick ever asked me. And
Did you do it?
no, I didn't do it.
And why didn't you?
I didn't do it because I just felt like that I was young and I was just like inexperienced as far as in that field. So I'm like, it didn't sit right with me.
Right.
Didn't feel like, why would I?
That's sodomy.
Yeah, it's
Actually, it's sodomy.
It's sodomy. So I didn't.
Sodomized.
So,
Someone's
so I
actually
felt
sodomized.
like I felt like
Stick something.
I just didn't feel right with it. I was like, no, I don't. No.
So now that you're a serial,
my thing.
now that we're talking to
I've
Liquid
never been
Cash,
an anal dude either.
now that we're talking to Liquid Cash, the serial choker,
Okay.
how does he now reflect upon having sex with people in the ass, particularly women, of course, just to be
Women?
specific.
Me personally.
Oh, I'm gonna let her do that. Get I'm gonna top yours.
Me
She do it.
personally.
I'm like, hold on, she over there just like hell fucking no.
Me personally,
I know.
that's not my thing. That's not my flavor. I mean, I notice a lot of women like that. A lot of women like it. That's their thing, but that's not what I'm into. I like good pussy.
Right.
I just like good pussy. That's it. You gotta have some good pussy. I mean, they would say, "Oh, the anal is tighter," but I'm like, nah, I can't fuck with it because
That's where you shit.
males have anal.
I've never
That's
tried
what-
it.
I agree.
So
I never tried it to
feel like-
even try to like.
And we know that's a homosexual escape route
Yeah,
to
so-
try to get to a
I never tried it to even like.
So mentally.
I don't believe it.
So
I never
mentally,
tried it, bro.
I don't believe the goddamn thing is
I never tried
That's
it.
why I'm interviewing him the rest of the shit.
Why niggas don't believe me? I'm being realistic.
Because he
Hey.
full of shit.
Yo, I'm being real. I ain't never tried it.
But I'm not. but any woman that's into
I done
that,
had
that's into that, I'm not knocking your thing. I'm not knocking your thing. It's just not my flavor. It's not something I'm into due to the fact that that's just not my flavor.
Yo, we gotta get back to
You all the same.
So, what is the craziest thing that a woman asked you to do? And did you do it? For me, it was choking. I thought that shit was crazy. And I ain't gonna lie. Women introduced me to liquor. You know what I'm saying? I started drinking last year. Okay. I just started to drink last year. You feel me? Because I was always afraid because I seen what it did to members of my family. And I see how people destroy. I see how people destroy their money. You know? And I'm like, yo, I was always insecure about spending my money and smoking it away or drinking it away. So I'm like, man, I can do about some shit. Because I seen so many bums drinking and smoking. I had an aversion to it, so I never dealt with it. But what I will say is this. This is not enough to women. Women have introduced me to the crazy side of planet Earth on several occasions. You know, and I would say this. The choking shit was the shit that took me by storm. I remember every day like the first day of my life.
So how you feel about choking, brother?
I'm not a fan of choking. Okay. You know, no knock to my man here. You know, serial choker. I've never been in a room knowing I was with a serial choker. Chicks be like, go harder. So you like, you sure? Like, go harder.
Yeah, I go hard.
And then a bitch like, you be like, yo, what the
I told you to kill somebody, nigga.
Sometimes you gotta get a little slap just to wake him up.
Hey, yo, hold on, stop.
Yo, he ain't going.
Stop.
No. Cash is off the chain.
Stop. Are you saying, hold on, stop this. Are you guys saying that in the middle of sex you gotta choke people unconscious?
No, I never done it.
No.
I just need to understand.
No,
you like smack them to wake them up sound like they want to.
No, because the chick like you be like, yo, you get lightheaded right now. You telling me to go harder? Like it's crazy. You crazy.
The smack is just to add a little bit flair to the yeah, add a little flair to the you know what I mean, to the sexual experience.
Give me a demonstration. What's the hardest you ever smacking chicks? Like,
nah, you
come on,
man. Nah, it's just like, you know what I mean? This is a type, like a love tap. Like a love tap.
Let me see.
Let's call it love tap. I don't know how I can't demonstrate it.
Like,
if a female was here, I would demonstrate for that. But you know what I mean? But it's a love tap. You know what I mean? You got a little choking, it's okay. You ain't nothing wrong with it. But you know what I mean? You gotta be ready for whatever.
Yo, that's you niggas in New York. I do all that bowling ball. I just African squat, and they love it. First of all, that's them Arizona niggas. Because I'm from Ohio. We never knew about the bowling ball until this dude.
Niggas ain't know about the bowling ball?
I didn't know.
So you hitting the chick from the back?
You a freak and you weird.
Bro, I just lived. I lived in a lot of different places. So a lot of chicks' mannerisms is different during sex.
So
like I smash
bowling ball.
Yeah.
She said,
She didn't say
bowling ball me.
But she say bowling ball. She like,
I told you he's a goddamn lie. I don't trust him.
she like sticker, like
bowling ball.
Oh, that's
Bowling ball.
That's some shit. That's some shit we call it. We just call it the bowling ball.
Who's we? Yeah. Who's the we?
Next subject. So
right,
we out here with.
What is the wildest thing that a woman asked you to do, and did you do it?
I'm not sure. I can tell you this: the wildest thing a female asked me to do, no, I didn't do it because it was too wild.
What was it?
I don't know what it was. I'm just saying right now.
You see why I don't fuck with him no more?
No, because
you don't know what it was, but it was like no.
I don't know. It's like dumb shit. Like you can have like some wild shit would be.
This shit is not coming.
Like smash me in the club. Like I had a chick ask me to smash her at the table.
You think that was too wild?
Oh, that's too
No, that's
all right. So now let me change the
That's
conversation.
wild.
What is the
Smash me.
wildest place a woman asks you to have sex at?
place. That's the place.
I'm telling you, that's wild.
Like, let's stick on that. What's the wildest place you have had sex at?
Me personally, my wildest place was Far Rockaway, Queens.
That's that damn 36-year-old.
Oh shit! No. Hold on. I'm going back to my Rolodex now. It was in Manhattan on the east side in a phone booth.
Oh,
outside.
Savage.
In a phone booth after the club. Woo! You gotta get your nut off before the person walk by you. So you can get your shit right. Yeah.
You know, wild. Okay,
Let me phone booth in Manhattan on the east side on 23rd.
What time of day was?
Wait a minute.
Oh, it was like 5. It was like 3, 4 in the morning.
I would say that the wildest shit was when I lost my virginity. I would say that was the wildest shit.
My chick came over because we had just broke up. She came to the house. It's during the school night. My sister.
How old was she?
Shit, I'm like 15, 16.
All right. Oh, okay.
I'm like 15, 16. It's a school night. My mom awake. She in her room. My sister doing her hair in the kitchen. And my other sister is up doing her homework in the next room. She come over crying, trying to like, we trying to work the relationship out. And this before we even had sex. I was still a virgin. We smashed right there in the living room with the lights on the school night. My sister in the kitchen on the school night. My mom up. Luckily, a nigga came like in 5 minutes, 4 minutes. It was over with. You know what I'm saying? And that was probably the wildest shit because that was crazy. Now that I think about it, I lost my virginity in the living room with my sister in the kitchen, like on the school night with the lights on. Kind of impressive if you think about it.
Somebody said they did it in the cooler at Walgreens with the white girl. Yo, the chat room be crazy, bro.
That's why I'm looking at the chat.
Hey, so y'all tell me.
He's still a virgin. Who a virgin?
Y'all tell me. Do y'all like this? Do you like this first episode of Drink Chats?
Oh shit, I'm exhausted.
This shit. We put in work. Press 9.
My shit really look back. Did y'all look that terrible?
In the car.
Yeah, I'm there.
VR critics said
Let me be this way.
in a car packed in the back of the church.
Huh? What we gonna do?
Somebody did it in the back of the church, right?
Bro, I'm way too sweaty on that. This can't get. We streaming like right now. Yo, I'm fading. Just don't. No, because I looked at my shit. I'm like, God damn, this is hot. Why you ain't turn up?
Yo, they said they want this more and more. Yo, this shit is lit.
This shit is.
I ain't on front.
I like it.
This shit is more
I
lit
like
than
it.
I seen anything on YouTube. And I'm in it, and I know it's lit. I will watch this
Real
shit myself.
I gotta go back to it.
I'm gonna edit the last half of this shit and put that up by itself. Entitled it because this is yo, it was dope. Yeah, we did a lot of we did the info. Yeah, what we really should have did, we should have really had some other cameras filming, so we can high def this shit. Because this is really for real. But yo, y'all had me crying with this choking shit. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, that choking shit funny,
Nigga said
man.
she turned around, want to choke him.
This nigga said I'm a serial choker.
He said you gonna get it whether you anticipate it or not.
I'm gonna tell you this, girls. They on my body. Stop acting like y'all niggas don't sweat. It's hot in here.
You gonna sweat it out all the time. Contest drink champs is lit.
They on my body, man. Yo, this a regular nigga.
Press
Be
9.
real.
Press 9 if you feel conscious drink champs.
Just trying to teach the community, trying to make y'all know that hey, y'all can be conscious and be normal at the same time. Y'all don't gotta walk around
Hey,
with koofies on y'all head.
I'm gonna tell y'all this. So one of the wildest scenarios I ever had having sex was with Aminette. I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh, he going in right
Nah, I
now.
have to do it.
Take away
And I'm
that
not saying that
hand.
just because she can.
Take the hand from
Because
that.
I've had my situations with my other wives. I don't have to mention their names. But I'm gonna tell you this brings me back to the first wildest situation I've ever been. The first wildest situation I was ever in. What do I do? 9, I actually press 9 if they feeling this and it's lit and they want to see more. So people press 9. But the wildest scenario I was in.
So good shit.
The choker shit gotta
stop.
The choker shit gotta stop.
No, it's there by popular demand.
Yo,
Choking is here by popular
Oh,
demand.
shit.
Nigga,
No,
you gotta,
I agree with
you
y'all.
gotta,
Yeah.
yeah. You gotta do it.
Liquid got bodies.
I swear he looking like WWE.
Liquid got bodies.
They're like the Undertaker right now.
Hey, listen.
Choke drop.
The reason why
Hold on,
the reason the reason why your woman is not hitting that climax because you're not choking with the right amount of pressure.
Ooh.
You dig? That's you gotta hit it with the right amount of pressure, and I guarantee you, she gonna hit that climax, man. You gotta do it right though.
Little Cash.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this.
Yeah,
I had certain women tell me, you know what? You still don't know how wild I'll go in for you.
yeah, they're going wild.
Right?
Oh, they go all the way.
And I'm like, yo,
women will go.
has
all
a
the way.
woman ever scared the shit out of you? Like,
Yes,
but
man.
out of all the shit we already did.
That's what I was trying to explain with the faint
What else
shit.
you want to
You
do?
know what's the crazy thing about women when it comes to sexual activities with them?
What's that?
You can meet a woman go on a couple of dates, right? And she will act like she's not interested in you sexually, and she'll act like she's reserved and all that and chill. Soon as you fuck her, right? For lack of better words, soon as you smash, right? You notice now she wants to fuck all the time. It becomes like, damn, I was trying to get some pussy for weeks. Now all of a sudden you want to fuck all the time.
I was trying to get this shit for weeks.
Right.
We got that shit in depression.
Okay, now you want to fuck all the time.
I agree with this.
Let's-
Maybe
let's-
that's
okay, let's-
holding out.
Hey,
Hold on. They
let's
be-
put the focus
hold
on the woman.
They be stressing themselves out with that bullshit, and then they overcompensate.
Let's put the
I
focus on
have
let's put the
sex the
focus
first
on
2
the
to
women.
3 months.
Yeah, and then they want to have it all the time once you crack that.
Let me ask this question.
Oh, yeah, I got a good
Let me
question.
ask this question.
I got a good question. And I ain't get to tell you about the crazy experience. Go ahead.
You gotta let know your
Let me.
Yeah, 'cause I'm getting the goods for you guys. I gotta give up the goods too. I know they want to know.
And you made me forget, man.
There you go.
Nigga, man.
Don't worry about
You
it.
did that shit on
I
purpose.
didn't make you.
You did that shit on purpose.
Hey, yeah.
His peanut line has officially been calcified.
I think it got calcified. But listen,
calcified?
right, it's been calcified.
Okay.
So now, and he going for more. So listen. So what I say is this: have you ever been in a situation where a woman, and we be honest now, have you been? I'm asking you, Liquid. Have you been in a situation where you just said, "Man, enough is a fucking enough with the goddamn sex. I ain't even getting a chance to rejuvenate." Because I know sometimes, you know, man, beat like, oh, nut.
Oh my God, you always get
You know, boom, you do your thing, right?
okay.
Then she come right back before you even get a chance to regroup. All right, you go again. Depending on your libido, you go again. And you go again, right? But then what happens is like, yo, hold the fuck up. A nigga gotta fucking breathe.
Right.
What? Have you ever been in a situation where you're like, yo, how much more sex do you want?
I'm gonna put it to you like
I'm
this.
gonna
As
answer
males,
this.
as males,
Hold on.
we have to sex fast so we can raise our kundalini, so we can raise our
There you go with
consciousness.
the nigga shit.
Well, I can't get into the real shit.
That's nigga shit. That's nigga shit. We ain't fucking with none of that nigga shit. The first 2 hours is for that shit.
Niggas.
No. The first 2 hours is for that. You miss your fucking shit. The last 2 hours is straight hardcore shit. None of that soft shit. Stop all the my kundalini. That sound like she's rubbing her fingers through your hands, my nigga. That's what kundalini
Go
is.
ahead, man. Go ahead.
Kundalini is when it
All right, go ahead.
All right. So let me tell you this.
So let me answer that.
All right. So let's context. Let's give it context.
Okay. All right.
We all would like to talk about conversations. We all would like to have conversations where, oh, I blacked out. Oh, yo, she tapped out. We ain't having those conversations. We having this conversation. Have you ever had to say, yo, God damn it, enough is enough? Yes. Chill the fuck out. Yes.
Can I answer
And
that?
how did you feel? Because it happened. Go ahead.
Let me answer this. Check this out.
Oh, yeah. I'm a dominator.
Let me tell you. When I was a child,
Choke slam.
this is pardon me on, you know.
Yeah,
when
talk
I-
that talk.
Let me say what I
It's after
said.
the hour. At this hour, and he gets permission.
When I was young, coming up, I felt like the more times I go, I felt like I felt empowered. I felt like I was dominating the situation. I felt like, damn, I'm the man. I could fuck her 7 times in one day. I felt like, damn, I'm that nigga.
And
But
then
I realized.
There you go. Talk that talk.
Then I realized.
Then you gonna say it.
As I get older, I realized you're giving away too much of your energy.
That's what I was getting to. With
You
the
dig
whole
what I'm saying?
kundalini shit.
But you're giving away too much of your energy. And when you think you're really winning, you're losing.
This is a fact.
You're losing. So at the end of the day, when it comes to sex, women just are receiving. The man is giving. You understand where I'm coming from?
Uh-oh, it's the debate gonna come in the chat.
The man is giving. And when we give,
Be careful.
we get, because women are giving too, but just on a minimum scale.
Let me get it all
Women
out.
are giving too. Women are giving too.
Internal.
Right. They're going to absorb. So at the end of the day, man, at the end of the day, man, you give a lot of your energy away. So sometimes you got to hold out reserves. So when I meet a woman who wants to go second and third, so this is what I do. If you're not, you don't get the second round if you ain't special. Straight up. If you're not special, you're not getting the second round. If you just a wham bam, thank you, man, don't even ask for a second round.
Word.
You got to get out of here.
Word.
Matter of fact, you might not even get a full 30 minutes.
Word.
You dig what I'm saying? So it all depends on the female, but realistically,
No more. I want you to. They loved you. They past tense.
Yeah.
After the choking it out, you ain't gonna get 30 minutes, motherfucker, about that.
I'll put it to you this way. I'll put it to you this way.
Let me keep it real. So at the end of the day, you gotta value yourself. You gotta put value on yourself, and you gotta realize that, hey, if I do have a sexual intercourse with this woman, I want to make sure that she's deserving of me putting my energy into her. I'm not going to just smash any and everybody. I got to make sure that this woman deserves this energy because I'm giving her some real shit.
So I know you heard this. You had to have women tell you you're gay.
I'm gay.
You had to have a woman say you're gay.
No, never.
You never had a woman say you're gay.
Because I use.
Now I'm gonna tell you, a lot of women, when you turn them down, they say the reason you must have turned them down is because you probably gay.
No.
Because they fucking.
I heard that before.
I never heard it. Let me tell you why I never heard it. Because I might not go as far as to have sexual intercourse with them.
Oh, no, not even sex.
I
I may not even pay.
I'm saying turn them down like in the moment, like, no, I'm good. Oh, are you gay? Oh, I just don't like you. I just don't fuck with you.
See, nah, I never
Exactly.
had that. I never.
Like, I can show you.
No, because they're like, oh, you.
I can show you a DM right now.
You too clean.
I
Yo,
can show you a
yo,
DM right there. I had that as a kid growing up in high school and preschool. Like kid growing up in high school and junior high. Yeah, a girl, you don't like me? Oh, you gay because you don't like me. But as a grown man, I never had that because most of the time, like I said again, women they know when they talk to me, they know that you can't not everybody can come up and talk to me. So you know I'm out of your caliber. Don't even waste your time trying to talk to me because I'm gonna let you know we ain't on the same type of frequency. You understand where I'm coming from? When you out of pocket for even trying to holler at me, you should know.
Out of pocket.
I'm not.
That's real talk.
We're not on your frequency. So I mean, personally, man, I already know you can control women through sex. So I don't overindulge sexually with them because they'll take advantage of it. And they'll take advantage of your body. And they will use you up and go on to the next. It's one of the reasons why older women dated younger men. Because they want to use, they want to suck the man energy away from him.
Sister said, I love him.
Nicole
Empower said, I love
That's
him.
what's up. I love you too, Nicole Empower.
There you go.
They
gonna choke the
I
shit out
wish
of you.
Nicole Empower was in this
Hold
spot
on.
because I feel like he's taking this shit out on me. You like,
Hold on.
brother,
Hold on.
like,
Let me forewarn you.
don't choke me out of here.
Let me forewarn you. He will choke the shit out of you, Nicole. I don't know if you caught that one.
Who Nicole?
I will.
Nicole.
It's one of the reasons why older women they want men.
What they want him to choke?
The stamina.
Oh, okay. Some women.
I understand at a high level that
that
women like being choked. I don't think it's a male problem. I think it's the female problem. First of all, females.
She said, "Oh my God, what did I just say?"
Females actually choke. They do.
Yeah, like
It's definitely a female thing that a guy just
be drinking too soon.
consent to because niggas really don't be out here.
Yo, Nicole, wear a turtleneck. You see the whole ride neck. Yo, wear a triple layered turtleneck.
they don't feel that pressure.
Hey, yo, so this is what I'm saying.
But as far as women taking your energy, I do believe that's a thing.
Yeah.
But you gotta be aware. You gotta be conscious of the fact that this woman has an agenda. This woman have an agenda, just like men have an agenda.
Like she a vampire?
Hell yeah! In the sense of whatever word you're talking to, she's trying to suck some juice up out of you. These women ain't fucking for nothing, especially when they see what you have to offer.
Uh-oh, you on your nigga shit.
I'm on some real shit.
Man,
When
when women talk that nigga shit.
When women feel like
you
you
might
got
have to
something
cut
to
your
offer,
heart. The black woman is God. I don't care what you say.
and I fuck with black women heavy.
Yeah,
But when
no, you
women
don't.
Come on, yo.
Alright, so say
you
when I-
want to do this?
Okay, so when
You
I
wanna
met
do
you,
this?
so when I met
You
you,
want to do
who
this?
broke your motherfucking heart when I met you?
Nobody.
White woman.
Yeah, right.
Alright, I'm gonna
Yeah,
change.
right.
I'm gonna rephrase it. I'm gonna rephrase
I'm
it.
not even gonna feed into
When
it.
I met you, I ain't gonna do it to you.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna eat
we're
you.
gonna spin.
I definitely,
Unless you wanna come clean.
I definitely have dated all nationalities. I'm gonna put it out there.
Alright, so when
I lived on 3 different continents. I lived on continents that only have white people.
did your girlfriend call you nigga?
Hell no. Oh shit. Oh, a bitch would really get choked up. All right.
Hey.
So you got me on my character. See?
Well,
Saying crazy
this-
shit like
this is
that.
the way you talk.
Have a white woman ever
Well, when I met him, he
have a
asked
white
me,
woman ever called you nigga?
when he called me for consultation, one of the first questions he asked me was, what do you do when you date in an interracial relationship and your white woman call you a bitch ass nigga?
I ain't say that. Who you get me confused with? Who
You
you
ain't
got
say
me?
that?
Hell no.
So that must be Jermaine then.
Yeah, he drunk
That
this
must
shit.
be Jermaine. I thought
Come
it was
on, bro.
But you had a
Wait,
white woman, right? or
wait,
wrong?
wait.
Did you have a white woman?
Retract the statement for the people.
All right, so hold on.
Who
Did
is
your
it?
white woman say anything racist to you?
Hell no.
You're lying,
I
motherfucker.
swear to God,
Unless you
on my,
lied to me.
I swear to God on
I
my
said,
mama, a nigga would be locked up right now.
Like, so did her parents say something racist to you?
Have the parents say anything racist?
Oh, now we slowing down.
Yeah,
Because I gotta think about it. It would depend on if
Nigga, why was you with a white woman?
Oh, why you had to get
All right, we'll move on.
You gonna do
See,
this
that's
to me
why
on
I'm
your
fucking with you. That's
chest?
why I'm fucking with you.
You gonna do this to me
I ain't
on your
fucking with you no
chest?
more. I ain't fucking with you no more.
Okay, I'm gonna put it to you. I'm gonna put it to you like this.
Because
I'm
you
gonna put it to
conscious
you like
right
this.
now. Ain't nobody talking about that.
I lived in Korea. It was nothing but Asians. I fucked a lot of Asians in Korea.
Wait, we talking about white women though.
Bro, I lived in Europe. I fucked Europeans.
went to Europe now.
I lived in Europe. I lived in Europe for 3 years. You don't think I'm a fucking European in Europe?
They could be black European.
I lived in Hawaii. I fucked Hawaiians. I lived in.
Oh, so you just gonna have sex anyway?
I smashed Alaskans.
Alaskans. That's not even a race.
It don't even matter. I'm just letting you know
I smashed Alaskans.
that's a variety there because I live in a lot of different places. So I'm not just gonna
Why you
say.
so nomadic?
Huh?
Why you so nomadic? Why you going around the world just trying to repopulate all sorts of different races?
He's a nomad.
Why you throwing your seed?
nomad.
Yeah, you know, man.
I'm a nomad.
Yeah,
I'm a
Abraham.
nomad.
Cross over.
It's just, hey,
That's
I'm
what
not
you-
fixed. I
so
told you
that's-
at the beginning.
so that's
I
what
don't
you
stay fixed to a certain spot. To stay fixed is to lock your mind.
So
Like
that's what you do.
I have
You're
to
going around the planet, just seeding different races. You feel good about yourself for that?
Oh, don't, man. I don't feel bad about myself. But it ain't something that I'm just like, yo,
You proud of it?
no, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
So do you really like black people?
I love black women.
So why was you with that white woman?
What was on the white woman?
Why was you with that white woman?
I feel
When
like
met
because
you,
I got
you
my,
just-
because I feel like I got my heart. Like I had got my. I was dating a model before my chick. There you go. Whoever said, hey, shout them out. What's their name?
Equal opportunity.
Who the equal opportunity banger?
Yo, listen. This is the reality. And this is the reality. This is the reality. Okay. The reality is this. The most embarrassing situation I was in having sex.
This nigga just charged up on me on the white woman.
I got you out of it. Why you bringing it up? I got you out of it.
On
Bro,
the
nobody would even realize.
No,
I got you
nigga,
out of it.
'cause we
All right,
gotta
tell
talk
us
about
about
it.
the white woman.
We gotta talk about it.
Okay, tell us
First
about
of all,
Tell us about it.
bro,
We listening?
so
I got you out of it.
nah, I don't want to talk about
This nigga.
it. I don't
See,
wanna
that's
talk
why I
about
don't trust this nigga.
No,
So
because-
now we gonna go back.
No, because this ain't in the proper format. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a. Because if we gonna talk about interracial dating, let's talk about interracial dating. Let's talk about
This is definitely the platform.
right. So let's talk about interracial dating.
Why you
as a
changing the
whole.
narrative? Why we can't talk about you interracially dating? We don't have to.
I fucked shit. At the end of the day,
So why did you have?
at the end of the day, I was young. At the end of the day, I was
You
young,
was young when I met
and
you.
I was out here fucking.
How long ago I met you?
Bro, it's been almost a year.
So you was young a year ago.
What?
He's continuing growing. He's still growing.
No, niggas are still growing out here.
Still growing.
What bullshit is going on here?
Niggas
You was
still-
young. You was young last year.
Hey, cuz.
Who?
Nicole, where you from, family?
Tell Nicole where you from and show her those big hands of yours.
Born
Go, just like this
born
guy.
in the Bahamas, raised in New York.
Come on, yo.
Born in the Bahamas, raised in New York. Follow me on Instagram, Liquid Cash, LIKQ.
You have no choice but to follow the motherfucker
CAS.
put a leash on you, all sorts of crazy. Have you ever had a woman ask you to put a leash on her or some shit?
Nah, I wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't even do that.
Have you ever had a woman come in with some kind of weird ass? I had a woman come in with some weird candy shit. She thought I was
No,
weird,
I'm
and
keeping it
I told her this
100.
was out her
I'm
motherfucking
gonna keep it
mind.
100. I tied somebody up to the bed before. I didn't like a strap that I used to tie to the bed.
Man, we starting to get uncomfortable with Cash. There's other shit going on with Cash.
Cash got a lot. Cash got a lot going on.
Cash got a lot going on.
I had $20,000 on the bed. I spread it all over the bed.
Well, then
I
anything
tore
goes
up
at that point.
It was all 100.
You buying the rights to choke a bitch at that
And I
point.
tied the other week. We enjoyed ourselves on $20,000. And that's how we did it. Yeah. That's different shit, man. You know, I gotta switch it up.
Did you choke her while she was tied?
I probably did.
Did you stuff money in her mouth?
I didn't go all that. I didn't go.
What were you talking about?
Money. Why this nigga can't hear? He sit right here. Everything a nigga say, he can't hear.
No, the nigga
Put
said,
money in her mouth.
nah.
Hey,
This
my
nigga
nigga
asked,
was in the, no, because I was in a strip club not too long ago, and the nigga was putting money in the stripper mouth.
in the middle of all this conversation, my man asked,
Money in her mouth.
did you stash honey in her mouth?
Money, nigga.
We didn't do that.
He said, but did you stash honey in her mouth?
Nah, we ain't gonna do that, baby.
This nigga extra.
We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that.
Did you? But I didn't know, my nigga. Did you put
What's going
honey in
on?
her mouth?
Because look, I'm trying to figure out
Yo, listen.
where the line begins and where the line ends. Because if we start right off the
You ever
bat,
tied a woman up?
no.
Why you
gotta
didn't? Why you
do
didn't?
it.
I'm not saying that I
Why didn't you do it?
because look,
Did you get tied up? I'm sure that happened.
no.
You gotta do
This
it.
is
You
what
let her tie you up. You let that white woman put you in slavery. You was her nigga.
Wow.
Was you that white woman's nigga for
I'm
that?
not even gonna feed into it.
You're
I'm not even gonna feed into it.
Why is that not?
Because
legitimate? Because it's sex.
I know what he's trying to do.
What am I trying to do?
He's doing this for hits. He's doing this for hits.
For hits.
He's doing this for likes. Yo, he's trying to make this shit viral. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. He's trying to make this shit go viral on the expense of me. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up.
No,
I don't push Asians, white women, black women, Filipinos. I don't discriminate. At the end of the day, but at the end of the day, I have to marry. I'm gonna marry a black woman. I'm gonna marry a queen. I know what my priorities are. I know what I'm trying to put out here.
You full of
But
shit.
at the end of the day, if I'm out here,
you don't want to answer the question.
what's up, brother? No, I've never been tied up. I've never been
So
approached to be
would you
tied up.
allow a woman to tie you up at any
No,
point in your life?
I
Ever in your life?
No,
Why? Why not?
because it's a control factor, and
You need to be in control.
I don't need to be in control, but I don't want to be out of control because
What the fuck is that?
so if I'm dealing with a chick,
Yes.
depending on our history,
Yes.
if you let a woman tie you up and you got a history with this woman, I don't know what's about to come out.
Tell somebody.
She gonna do some shit. You know what I'm saying? She can tie your ass up and go through your phone. She can tie your ass
So,
up and
it's
tell
not
you
a
what
question.
she found about you. So I'm not about to be vulnerable in that kind of
You
way.
would allow a woman to ever tie you up? No. But you want to tie them up.
I mean, just because I know that.
That man's just be funny.
Because I want to take it to the next level. And make
So what
sure
she say?
I'm a pleaser. I like pleasing women.
Exactly.
So
I
what
like
if she's
pleasing.
pleased by the thought of tying your ass up and choking you?
I'm not pleased by that.
He said, I'm not pleased.
I'm not pleased by that.
Nah, I also gotta be
You
happy.
gotta
Yeah,
fall
I gotta
back.
be happy too.
You gotta fall
I'm
back.
not pleased by
Let me ask y'all this: is this shit that y'all wanted to do with a woman, but didn't feel comfortable enough to even ask her to do it?
I always feel comfortable to tell a woman what I want. But I feel
So every sexual desire you ever have, you have spoke that.
yes, why not? But what I don't like is if it don't manifest. Then there's something's fucking wrong with it. It's fucking bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
bullshit because I would know just by me wanting it that it can be done and it should be done. I understand this. So I also know that someone's playing a game that not now, a little later, even though you would do it now, but you're looking to prove a point to who? Because it's only you and I that know this shit. See, I don't like that shit. I don't like when people are creating this is new relationship talk, obviously. It's not old relationship talk. In new relationship talk, motherfuckers want to act like there's somebody paying attention with a clock, like some Flavor Flav motherfucker ghost is out here with a clock trying to let you know, hey, part of the word tribe, that when this clock alarm goes off after 3-4 months, then we can commence this, and then there's gonna be another 4 or 5 months. Like, listen, you're gonna suck my dick, but you're not gonna swallow it. What the fuck is this? Like, what the fuck is the point of you sucking it? Like, this is stupid shit. Because you know something's going in there anyway. So why are you acting like that?
My homie said he'd never come on his chick's face.
And your homie is crazy. But anyway, and I respect to you,
My homie said he'd never come on his chick's
I-
face. How do y'all feel about that?
I believe the face is definitely on board.
It's on board?
I believe in pleasing a woman.
If a woman,
Woman likes certain things, you gotta please her.
yo, listen to
I
me.
definitely told him,
Let's
like,
make
you're
something.
crazy, because your chick probably would like that if you did.
I had a chick one time. Oh, well, I had a chick one time that asked me to spit on her face.
I didn't have that.
I had that.
Yeah.
And I thought,
That's
you know what?
crazy.
That was almost as weird as a choke. I still put
Yeah,
choke on
that's
top.
weird. That's the weirdest.
You think spit?
Yes, that's the weirdest
I don't think
one
so
for me.
because I've had a woman.
I mean, you be
That's the
kissing.
weirdest for me.
Okay, here's the question. When it comes to getting your head done, have you ever had a woman just be hocking and spitting on purpose?
Oh, I tell him to.
No hot.
I tell him
You
to.
hot.
No, you're not hocking.
You know,
You just saying you tell him to.
you're not spitting
No, you
on
spitting
her.
though. Like you
I ain't
like,
got all the spitting.
But
shit.
like you spitting.
I'm with
The can.
I do it.
Yeah.
I do the
I
spit.
don't know. I'm not into it.
I do the chick spit.
I don't want to
get it here. Like, if she want to be, because look,
I don't like
what
sloppy
niggas
toes.
gotta understand
I don't
is,
like saliva
can't
all
be-
over my balls dripping.
Bro.
Baby, but yeah, like, but I don't want to.
but this is what
I'm not down with that.
This is what y'all gotta understand. Y'all can't allow the chick to not get none of her shit off. Y'all sitting
you
here,
talking about?
bro. Y'all sitting here
What
saying,
if
I do this to women, I do that to women.
Now
and
she
shit.
gotta
If
do-
she want to spit on my dick, you can do it. Like you can do it.
Nah, I ain't
If you want to
I ain't
spit on
gonna
it, you
let
can.
sloppy shit.
If you want to do sloppy
I
head,
feel like you
You
just
should stress,
Yeah, you should scratch it.
if you want to give sloppy head, I'm not gonna tell you, yo, you being too sloppy chick.
I am.
Like this alpaca, don't get none of this spit.
I'm
I'm
gonna tell you this shit's sloppy. I'm gonna tell you your teeth is in the way.
gonna tell you it ain't sloppy enough.
I'm
I'm gonna be like, yo, this shit is too clean. I ain't used to
I
head.
told chicks, chill out with the spit. You getting that shit all over the place. You
Yo,
gotta
I'm not with all of that.
You gotta control it.
And I'm walking around, and my shit feel like it's dripping with coconut oil. And shit.
This
My
nigga funny.
guys is filled with
This
coconut
nigga
oil.
funny, bro.
Fuck out of here. I'm not with none of that.
Gas is funny as shit.
I'm not with none of that shit.
I said you get the spit.
That shit is ridiculous.
Chill out with the spit. Hey, chill out with the spit.
Yo, it's too much. It's disrespectful.
It's
It's disrespectful. Because I don't think you respect me if that saliva's all over the fucking place.
Yo,
You
if
gotta
a chick
do this
wanna
shit,
get
bro.
sloppy head, I'm not gonna tell her not to, bro.
Yo,
It's-
I had a chick
it's
one
some
time,
chicks
bro.
that get turned
I
on.
want
Like,
to make it an effort. I don't want to know that you just
Hold
doing
on.
anything.
That's another thing we need to talk about.
First of all,
hold on, that's
You're
another
doing any
Cause
fucking
they
thing.
know
It's
this
all
all,
over the place.
they deep throat
another thing we need to talk about.
Deep throat don't mean it's got to be a lot of saliva. Are you
She ain't
kidding?
doing it properly if it ain't
This
a lot of
is
stuff.
another thing we gotta talk about. What are you talking about?
She ain't deep
I would
throat.
have that shit. I would have my head sticking out the back of her motherfucking throat.
She's not
And there
deep
be no
throat
saliva.
properly if there's not a lot of stuff.
And the chick you fucking with got a cold.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Come on,
Another thing we ain't talking about.
She got the flu.
It's another thing we need to check
She got
out.
flu
We need to
symptoms,
tap
nigga.
on. Women
Let's see
have been
people
in
suck
relationships. Women have been in relationships.
Look, now they about to go in.
Women have there women have been in relationships when they have men.
Hold on, let's hear this. Let's hear this.
When they have sex. I had a chick.
Hold on, brother. Let's hear what he said.
I had a chick who was dating a man who was a 5%, right? He was 5%, and she wasn't. And she wanted certain sexual things to be done, but she didn't feel safe telling him because she didn't want to feel judged. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of things that sometimes your opposite, your sexual partner would feel judged if you brought it to their attention.
All right.
So she told me that she want her man, she want her man to spit in her face.
Right.
But she don't want to bring it to his attention because he's going to judge it because based on his
That's what I'm
personality.
saying, and that's the problem in relationships. They
Hold
allow.
on.
No,
I just found
no.
I just found a crazy sit down with something actually. It wasn't joking. Huh? It wasn't joking.
Well, I'm commenting on what he
Right,
said.
I just said it. I just had a eureka moment.
Oh.
Someone asked me to piss for.
Oh,
I've had that.
How did we miss that? How did we miss that?
wait. Explain to me
I feel like
what the girl look like. What do the girl look like that asks you
That.
to piss?
What you saying about?
That.
It's probably the sexiest people on planet Earth.
I'm talking about
I don't think other people be asking for that shit. That's how weird that shit is.
No, because
You're pretty they are, the nasty they are. Remember that.
Brother, I would actually consider that idea.
No, that's facts.
The
That's
pretty
facts.
they are, the nasty they are.
And
The question is,
but it's gonna take more to get it out of them.
Are you gonna do that?
Am I gonna do what? Piss on it? No.
Or you want to do it,
I'm not
Cash?
pissing. I'm not pissing.
I plead the fifth.
Oh, Cass R. Kelly and shit too. It's Cass R. Kelly and shit too.
I'm not even getting in that conversation.
Ain't say nothing about that.
I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm leaving that alone. But the point I'm trying to make.
No.
No.
We can't do that.
We gotta talk about this.
We gotta say.
We gotta talk about this because this is something that I always.
They know with 2-hit combos.
What?
Choke, spit, piss.
What's
3-hit combo. Choke, spit, piss.
What's in her psyche that
Finish
causes
her.
her to want to get pissed
No.
on? That's what I want to know. Describe this chick to me.
Hey, yo, sex is on some other shit.
But describe her. What she look like? No. Just describe her.
Disrespect is
Her
sex.
Okay, I had a chick one time, right? Let me tell you this. She said she watched so much porn at a young age that she always fantasized about being pissed on when she was younger. She started watching porn. Hold on. She started watching porn at the age of 7.
That's
So
crazy.
you understand where she's at mentally.
Okay, that's so. I want to see if she's here right
I
now,
have a chick. I'm talking
Brother,
about chicks that
brother. You
who's
gotta
a white
listen to my
I
question.
think-
Listen to my question. If she's here right now, what's gonna
Hey,
differentiate?
she asked you to drop your Instagram again, Nicole. She said, tell White Shirt.
Right here. LIKQUIDCASH.
It was on your body. Over here.
Yo,
Salute to Nicole.
what do this chick like? How's she acting? How do she act? Cause you point out
Let me
things
tell
like
you
yo,
this.
she like to get pissed
Let me
off.
tell you this.
Because I can point out a chick that like to
She,
be
hold on. She simply unique said White Shirt is a for real freak.
Okay, then like I'm a Scorpio. I can't help
So is that.
I'm a Pisces, so
It's just true.
I'm feeling feelings and shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I'm
I'm like,
yo,
yo,
all over the motherfucker.
this chick got some issues. If she asking me this is what going through my head.
What's a urinate on you? No, pardon me, not urinate on you.
Her, no, so for me to urinate on her, I'm like, yo, she going through some shit.
So you're telling me if a woman asks you,
I'm gonna say she's not psychologically there.
fuck all that, you're not gonna say that.
This chick was there.
I'm gonna say that.
Are you gonna ask
I'm
her?
gonna feel that way at the moment.
But what are you gonna do when she's looking for her climax?
No, it's not you.
What are you gonna do when you look for a climax? She's looking for a climax.
I'm not pissing on her. I'm not. I'm
But it's cash.
not gonna judge her though.
It's cash.
I'm not gonna judge you.
Personally, like I said
Are
again,
you gonna drink a bottle of water and say fuck
You
it?
gotta say it. You gotta just say
personally,
it.
I'm gonna tell you this. I love pleasing women. That's it.
Okay.
So
in case
in
you missed
other
on-
words, you'll piss on her.
Like I said again, I love pleasing women. Leave
How
me
do
alone.
that process
I
go?
love pleasing women.
Wait a minute.
I
You
like
gotta switch
I'm a-
gears.
I'm
You gotta
a-
Wait for
I'm
it.
a pleaser.
Yeah, so I gotta wait
I'm
for
a
it.
pleaser. But let me tell
Talk
you.
All right, so
Talk
okay,
it through.
stop that please shit. Now, hold on, next question. This is important. She wants you to shit on her now.
No,
I'm not doing it.
You gotta ask.
I'm not doing it. Not that.
You see, so now we know the answer to the piss.
Now she got it.
Because
Was y'all in the
I like
shower?
please.
When you pissed on her, was y'all in the shower? Where'd
No,
y'all
I
at?
never said I
You
pissed
gotta
on
be
anybody.
outside.
I never said I pissed on anybody.
This video might go by.
I told you already. Instagram is LIKQUIDCASH.
Hey, stop blocking. He's talking while you say it. Can you say it again?
LIKQUIDCASH. Liquid cash. Add me. It's liquid with liquid cash. Liquid with a K. LIK.
Right.
Niggas looking for an avatar.
I'm like, who's keep
I had a
interrupting
feeling
the
right
conversation?
shirt was a Scorpio. That's what the coach said.
Yeah, man, you already know.
Now, how the hell she feel?
Yeah,
Now, that's some tricky shit.
Nicole know your.
She figured you was a Scorpio from the Bahamas.
Where Nicole from? Where Nicole live at?
Nicole, you drunk too. You be here for that.
But real talk though,
You was doing good.
she's a, I mean, multiple women have asked me that before.
What's that? To urinate or to defecate?
And they're beautiful.
Which one? Which one? Urinate or defecate?
No, urinate.
Has someone asked you to defecate?
No, never.
I've never
Never,
been asked that.
never. I would think something's wrong with her mentally.
Yeah, I'd be.
So pissing, you don't see nothing wrong with pissing. So if your daughter was just pissed on.
Because we ain't fuck with
I'm
you.
not
with a white
judging.
woman. You fuck with a white woman, you might as well been pissed on.
Hey, you going in on you right now. Get him.
So don't
Get
talk
him.
about me.
Get him.
Why we
Get
gotta
him.
take it
Get
there? But let's
Let
talk
me
about it.
finish.
I want to talk about it.
Okay,
Let's talk about it.
Did she have lights?
You would never tell.
Did she have lights?
You would never tell.
That's
about-
right. Did she
You
have
would
the
never. You would never. You can
Diseases
never.
that
You
would
can
go on
never
the
tell how that type of person would look. You know what I mean? These guys are going into
I'm
something
sorry.
else.
This nigga be starting this shit.
They're going into something else.
This nigga starting. Huh? Ladder?
Excuse time. Excuse time, man. EXCUSETY. Follow me on Instagram. Hey, but don't judge me. Otherwise, y'all ain't gonna get this real content, man. Straight up.
Hey man, we just keeping it 100 with y'all. I hope y'all appreciate it, man. Share the video. Put on something. You know
Niggas
what I mean?
hot.
Show me some likes. Do something.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Share the
It's
video.
hot.
Share it on your Instagram. Share it on your Facebook.
Yo, listen. Yeah, I'm
telling you,
I'm following your vibe.
It's all good. It's all good. But like I was saying, DB, you don't know, man. They're well conservative, grown ladies. You know what I mean? There wasn't no ratchet
said-
chicks. There was beautiful chicks that was interested in that.
First
type of-
night was the first night type
Sister
shit.
I've had
said
situations first night.
First
Somebody
night?
wanted to be this on. Yeah.
a first night.
Yeah, I've had a chick that wanted.
But then that make me feel uncomfortable on the first
I
night.
just wanna
Then I'm like,
know-
how many people are just randomly pissing on me?
I can look at a chick and be like, she like to be choked. I can look at a chick and say she like to
How the fuck do you
I
know?
can do it.
I don't know.
Nigga, I can do it.
Who's telling you these things?
Nigga, that psychic ability is off the
Yeah,
chain.
you say that to your ass.
I can just stand around a bit and already know just by being in her presence or her aura, I can pick up on that. Yeah, you can pick up on that
So you
shit.
see a woman and say, man, I would love to choke that motherfucker.
No, because choking is not like a thing for me, but
Right.
I can tell an aggressive woman. I can tell a woman who's not so like. I could tell a submissive woman in the bedroom and an aggressive woman in the bedroom, and I could just tell it off looks. And I've been very accurate in my speculation.
Me personally, I believe all of them like to be choked.
I believe that too.
Yeah,
I believe to a certain extent, every woman like they want to try it. It's like a thing. It's like a thing because
I just find it
When
very interesting how so much shit can just spontaneously go on when sex is going on.
Oh yeah.
How so many of the rules
because it's
no longer
spiritual.
exist.
Sex is spiritual. So step your spirituality up. If all of this is foreign to you and you think we weird, step your spirituality up because sex is all about connecting.
Hey, the sister said, "Shut up, nigga, and eat the groceries."
Ah, she crazy.
Bro, you a master.
Yo,
at-
he said he don't what they say. He don't eat sushi.
So you eat the groceries?
Definitely fuck with definitely eat the box though.
Are you eating?
That's the thing.
Are
Eat
you
the box.
Are you
Holla.
the box?
Yeah, holla at ladies.
You
Eat
see
the
that?
box.
You see my lips like a nigga eating the box.
Eat the box, ladies. Holla at him. Get him your Instagram again.
So niggas ain't eating the box. Am I the only? But like, am I the only nigga
At my
that's eating the box?
at a discretion. You gotta be discretion. You gotta
Yeah, of course.
be easy with it.
I'm not pissing on chicks, so I'm definitely not eating any.
That's not the same thing.
Yeah,
It's not. It's not.
What are you trying to go?
Right.
No. That shit runs. It's on the same level.
What?
No, it's
Pissing
not.
on someone and eating
No.
the box?
What's one worse?
Worse. I'm not going to say something's worse,
Worse.
but it's
No.
not the same category.
Right, it's not.
Like if you said, what you mean? You said eating the box.
I think it's a hierarchy. So what y'all basically break it down, and it's a hierarchy to sex. And
Bro,
what we talking about,
shit.
we talking about smashing, we talking about eating the box, we talking
All
about
that is
choking,
smashing.
we talking about pissing. Pissing is gonna be up there. Choking is gonna be somewhere in here. And eating the box is gonna be
So
somewhere
you
down
yourself
here.
say you don't belong in the same genre.
Huh?
You yourself know there's a major distinction.
And
I'll put it all the way down.
And I'm definitely trying to paint that picture. I'm trying to show y'all that eating the box is nowhere near choking or pissing on bitches.
You just
So for
made them
y'all to
similar
look,
to each
so
other.
for y'all to say that, yo, you eat the box, nigga, I can say, yo, you smack bitches?
They want to know if you eat ass, nigga.
No,
Hell
fuck.
no. You're not eating no ass out here. Please believe it, please.
They also want to know is you going to let a woman eat your ass?
Hell to the no.
Hey, I think that makes you
Hell
completely.
to no.
Definitely under the balls, the gooch area. It's
What the fuck you
it's the
talking
gooch
about?
area right under the balls.
Gooch area? Only gooch I'm fucking with is this
Lit under
this
the
fucking
ball.
belt that you see right here.
Better get
These
your
shoes.
balls lit. At the end of the day, Y'all be doing too much. Y'all be eating the box and y'all let a chick
I ain't even
suck the ball.
You
Lick
said the
ball.
cooch area. What's the cooch area?
Wait a minute, Cash, you ain't eating the box.
To be honest, have I done it before?
You a pleaser. You said you was a pleaser.
It's not something that I am a fan of. It's not something you know what? I like the place, but like I said again, I'm selective. Very selective. I'm a very selective
You don't
young man.
mind doing things to the woman.
Very selective.
Word, right? But it's the things being done to him he's selective about.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I understand that totally.
Definitely.
No, I definitely get it. I definitely get it.
And therefore, it's great to have a woman who likes the things done to her for the guys who like to do the things to them. That's compatibility there. Because you got some women that's
But
like,
everybody got a threshold.
Yeah,
Because I'm
so-
sure, because listening to my brother speak, I can tell.
Yeah, they said, damn, is there anything red shirt don't do?
Red shirt.
Red shirt.
Damn. Why am I?
What the
What's going on? What's going on, y'all? Why you two make polite? You did
I
this.
didn't do that
This
shit.
nigga always take the attention off him and put it on me.
Okay, we 2 minutes. We done it. They got a headache. We good.
Nigga got a headache. I hope y'all enjoy this performance.
Yo, Queen Tahira said, yo, give red shirt one hit. Laugh out loud.
I hope y'all enjoy this performance, man.
Niggas to say,
Because the nigga is out of here.
Laughing hard, boy.
Yeah.
No, what I do?
That's cool.
Yo, what city are you guys in?
Red shirt before. Yo, red shirt the fall guy. They trying to put all that shit on me, fam.
The 4 guys.
They trying to put all that shit on me.
Yo, all I'm
As soon as
saying.
it start getting hot, you fucked the white girl. But like, have you ever fucked any chick that wasn't black?
I don't do it. Never did.
Have you ever done it?
I don't do it.
Cass, have you ever done it?
For me?
Yeah.
Just never did.
Have I ever had sex with a woman outside my race? Yes, I've had sex with women outside my race.
How do you feel about that?
Huh?
Man.
How I feel about having sex with a woman outside my race?
Interracially, how do you feel about it?
I didn't say I had interracial. I said
Outside the race.
Yeah, but okay, cool. I gotta stay away from the white. I'm trying to say clear that.
Nigga, Cass, have you stabbed an interracial chick?
I'm not
Hey,
trying to
special.
go
What's
like
that interracial chick?
Chill.
Right. That's what
Chill,
I'm trying to say.
chill, because y'all niggas know what I'm saying. Chill, because y'all know what I'm saying.
I never heard of an interracial
Have you
chick.
fucked a chick that wasn't of your race?
Of my race, of course. I've had sex with I'm Latino women, but she's a
Oh,
part of
well,
my race.
if that's the
She's a
case,
part
then
of my
yes,
race.
I've had sex.
So we only talking about Latino women.
But I thought they
So
were black, so
They're black. They're black.
I mean, you know what
So
I'm saying?
is that where it stops?
I mean,
Am I the only one fucking internationally?
International.
No,
You
I'm
wanna
not
make it
say
sound
that.
sophisticated.
He's trying
to make it sound like-
he's trying to make it sound like it's
Why
cool.
y'all trying to put a stigma
We're
behind
trying
it?
to glorify.
Why y'all
Yeah.
trying to put a stigma behind it? This is the thing.
Because
with-
we don't want to get tied up by white people and let them call us bitch ass niggas while they with us.
I don't know.
Hey, let me tell you
I
this,
don't know who
man.
that happened to.
Let me tell you
Somebody,
this.
my nigga.
Can I tell y'all this too?
Did she ever say my nigga to
The women that did ask me to urinate on them, there was of other ethnicity.
How many was it?
I
There
Black-
wasn't
black
no
women
black woman that
actually
ever asked me that.
actually
No,
have black
You
women.
sure it was?
there wasn't
You
no
did?
black woman
Well,
that asked me
I've
that.
only been dealing with black women, so everything that I say would have to be to them.
So who was the ethnicity that was asking you to
I
piss
don't
on?
like that. I don't prefer to elaborate, but you know.
You in Las Vegas, so you got all these foreigners coming out here and they be about that shit. So
Somebody
you don't
asked-
fuck a couple Europeans.
Yes, it's pure white we're drinking on.
Yeah,
From Jamaica.
Yo,
Straight
what?
from
You
Jamaica.
don't know. Big man thing. You don't know. We there. Big up to the yard, man. Them. I'm foreign in Jamaica. You don't know the Gaza team. We there. Easy yourself. Free
You
contact.
know that. We're not with none of that boggle boggle shit.
Free contact.
Thank you. Sorry.
Free contact.
Yo, so
But I'm a firm believer in pleasing your lady, man. But whatever, however you gotta do it, please your lady.
that's right. Or get a different lady that you know you
violence.
It should. Damn, we lost almost 200 people. That's
We lost them.
it's all good. We need to wrap up.
Right, we wrapping up.
Everybody, this was a good time.
Oh man, this is
I was waiting for it to come up on this screen.
Yeah, I'm glad I stayed clear away from some of those.
Yeah, some of these
feel me?
questions was crazy.
cuz.
He was in the house.
Bro, he buried
Don't nobody feel you, bro. You the one that fucked up the whole
So
conversation.
you gonna
Nobody feel you.
You messed up the whole vibe. You're interracial dating.
You brought that up.
And you're letting her rub through your hair and
He likes.
So y'all just gonna put that all over.
and your Google hangout spot.
Yeah, he was
talking about.
and she likes him. He likes her. He likes.
I'm still
he
gonna
likes
be
her to
that
play
nigga.
with his Gucci.
At the end of the day,
Gucci.
I'm still gonna be that nigga.
Where's your
Because hey,
where's this
this
Google
shit
hangout
work-
spot?
this shit-
This
this shit gonna work for me at the end of the day.
You
You know what I'm saying?
You let the women play your Google hangout spot.
This nigga make it this nigga on this Disney World shit. But this is what I'm chill, bro. Chill, bro.
Nigga always making up some shit. Yo, there they go.
There you go.
You are not leaving this conversation on a Monday. If you up at this time, you ain't leaving this conversation.
Hey yo. Oh, look at Christina Knight. What's up, sis? I mean, interracial dating, black men use the other races as a way to drive a wedge against black women.
Up with that shit.
Yo, don't disrespect her. First of all, she's a
I love
straight
black
fine
women, by the way.
She's
I'm just
she's
saying,
positive.
bro. You not about to put your ideology on me. Like, oh,
Christina,
black man dating a white woman. He don't have respect for black women. He don't like his mom. Like,
what
stop
she,
all
what
that
she,
shit.
bro, what
A
she,
nigga getting put like
what Christina said was actually true in many cases.
What's up? Let me read.
Yeah, read it before you disagree, my brother.
I ain't trying to disagree. Christina Knight.
What?
You talking about Christina Knight?
Yes. Read what she said. She said what she every attempt to create a wedge. I mean, some people are upset with their race. That don't speak to everybody, but a lot of people be like that. We can't
So
say
who is she referring to? Is she referring to a white woman or a black man that's dating a racist?
the black man.
He's trying to drive a wedge between who?
The family, the black unit with the black woman.
So you think a conscious? So wait, you mean to tell me it's a black man that's consciously trying to destroy?
He don't
a
even know
black
he's doing
household?
it. He don't even
No,
know.
he's saying
He don't even
he's saying
know.
he knows. This is what I'm asking. I'm saying he's conscious of doing it. You said the nigga that's conscious. You said he's conscious of it.
You
No,
said that.
no,
You said that.
You actually said this.
She said that. She said the black man is trying to drive away.
You said that. She said, I'm telling you what she said. I didn't say this is my opinion,
But
I'm telling you.
okay,
I
wait.
agree.
Bro, you got a lot of.
I said a lot of.
respond, fam.
Yeah, but you can't tell me I said something I didn't say.
Is she not alluding to the black man?
She said, look up Stephen Clark.
What do that mean, fam?
I don't know. Maybe we look him up, you'll find out.
We don't have time to look up Stephen Clark.
And I know you're not talking about all black men, sisters, so that's why I said I believe that's the case for many people, though I'm not in my
That black man is trying to intentionally tear apart a black family.
when he deals with these interracial relationships.
Yo, we do a lot of things we don't even know we doing.
That's
why we doing it.
But she's saying consciously, fam.
Yo,
I understand. You
she
saying
said not all
unconscious.
black men. So basically, whether it's conscious or unconscious, it's a reality. Black men be doing that shit. That's a fact.
Let me say this. Let me break this
Such
down.
as-
Let me break this down for you. So they say
Black men such
so they
as-
say black men.
Just
They
say
say
you.
the black.
So about you.
So they say the black actors and the black athletes
No,
always
it's about
date
you.
outside their race, right? Let me break it, bro. You gotta let a nigga get his thought off.
We did this summer.
Like let a nigga get his thought off. So they say a black man athlete date outside their race.
Right.
He's a sellout. You gotta understand the background of this black male. So if this black male is an athlete that's gone pro, he has spent a lot of time in private schools. He spent time in college where knowledge isn't rewarded like that. Women don't look at a college grad, somebody or somebody who's doing
Let me
something.
make this clear.
Come on, brother. Let me
She
finish.
said weak black men. That doesn't mean nothing to you.
We talking about. Let me
That
get
doesn't
this
mean nothing to you.
ideal. Let me get this ideal off, and then I'll
Okay,
respond to Christina because
Oh,
this
so who you responding to then?
this is important, fam.
Okay.
I feel like people need to know this. Athletes is not dating black women because they don't want to date black women. Athletes is accustomed to their environment because they have played on a level for so long where their environment, the ratio is like 20 to 1. When you go to college, the ratio of white women and black women, my nigga, is like 20 to 1. Right. So you're gonna adjust or conform to what your reality is.
Weak black men.
It ain't about being weak.
It ain't about being
it's about
Let me ask you something.
if this was going on and to be weak, you gotta be accessible to this is too much pressure and I'm folding under pressure. What is the real pressure?
Let me ask you
We're talking about numbers here. So if we go into a school, if we go into a school and the school have predominantly white chicks, you gonna date white chicks. That's just facts. You adjusting to your environment and they love you and they on you on a whole nother level. So when these athletes go to college or go to the league and they're accustomed to white women, it's because they're accustomed to white women. So when you try to go communicate with a black woman, and look, I can communicate with the best of them, but I'm saying in some of the athletes' cases, they don't even know how to talk to black women anymore because they haven't even been around them long enough to even know what it means for a woman to actually want you. That's what, because look, check this out. I don't want to get this confused. A black man will walk up to a black girl and yo, what's up, da 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 da. She might look at him like, oh, I'm cool, I'm just chilling, I'm with my girl. If a white woman responds to you like that, or a Mexican chick responds to you like that, you're gonna be like, she's not interested. Whereas if a black woman responds to you like that, you're gonna know she's not interested. Well, if you're accustomed to dealing with black women, you're gonna know, like, okay, that's just her. Right. You know what I'm saying? I can get past that.
They tear your ass up.
I can get past that.
They tear his ass up.
Because it don't even matter.
Yes, it does.
But when
they tear his ass up, I'm gonna tell you that right now.
When it comes down to, bro, when it comes down to approaching a black woman, the approach is different from a white woman. So
no problem with that.
And what I'm really doing is I'm speaking for the athletes, and I'm speaking for the people who grew up in the area, who didn't grow up in the hood, who didn't grow up in a predominantly black system. Because if a black man grow in a black system and want to be educated, want to dress appropriately or what it means to be appropriate in this society, black women may not be accustomed to that. They may not like that. Like, nigga, your jeans too tight. I ain't fucking with you. Oh, nigga, you got on slacks. I ain't fucking with you. Oh, you got this. You doing this. I'm not rocking with you. You don't wear J's. You don't wear fucking golds. So I'm not rocking with you. I don't mess with niggas like that. There's chicks that say that. And so if a nigga grew up around all white people and the white women compliment him for that, then he's going to go accustomed to that. So when it comes to him getting out in the real world and he only dates white women, it's not because of it's his choice. It's because he wasn't getting no love being him. So a black woman can have just as much effect on who the man turns out to be.
Is this why you got with the white women?
No, my nigga. Because like I said,
you're very passionate about this shit, right?
No, because what I said is I done dated every single woman, but y'all focused on the white woman.
Yes, we are.
So let's talk about the white. I'm breaking it down. I'm trying to break it down. I'm trying to break it down.
This nigga's scared.
I'm trying to break it down. If I was scared, I would have been got off the conversation because I know we on the conversation. We on brother polite channel. This nigga can't take a picture with a white woman without niggas going ham on it. So I already know what the comments is about.
Oh yeah, you definitely cooled it.
Whatever. I'm saying I'm definitely just speaking my mind, my nigga. I'm just being real.
Yeah, give up the mic.
And I'm telling you, niggas, athletes will appreciate the sentiment.
Plantation mindset. Okay. That's like, I didn't write that. That's what's written. Anyway, let me say
At the end of the day,
let me
I already know the truth. That's why I don't read this shit. I don't read that shit.
That shit is funny. So now let me say this. Let me tell you why I personally
but comment on what I said. So I don't want that to go because I believe
what you were saying.
I understand.
So let's elaborate on what I'm saying before we
not elaborate.
I'm going to elaborate on what you're saying. Yeah, elaborate. You're going crazy. Like you took the whole show. Nigga got us 2 other guests.
Because we're not about to let that conversation go on without
disagree with your ass.
That's right.
Let me read the comment.
Black lives. Hey, he's reading the comments. Right, which I was writing previously. Yeah, so So basically, that's what I'm saying. Because I deal with a lot of athletes too, right? A lot of brothers connect with them, and I'm gonna tell you this: a lot of times when they're dealing with non-black women, it's because it's not so much that when they went to college or went to school, their temperament was, you know what? They had so many fallouts with black women that they just decided to experiment with other races.
That was mine. So y'all ain't let me finish. So let me finish, bro. So wait.
You understand?
30 seconds. I need 30
You
seconds.
understand it.
I need 30 seconds. My chick prior to me dating a white. My chick prior to me dating a white woman.
No need to study. You lose your seconds.
We broke up. I'm drunk.
Yeah, he drunk. The Hennessy White.
I'm drunk.
The Hennessy Pure White has gotten to this young man. He's officially drunk.
I'm drunk.
His pineal gland.
Yeah, we definitely are.
Definitely.
Yo, conscious.
Definitely.
His pineal gland has definitely been closed.
But yo,
Yeah.
yeah, this shit, he got.
This shit's closed, right?
Yeah, this shit is closed. But listen, so yo, listen. So
And we
this,
edited, right?
You don't know.
No,
this shit too long to edit. I don't even know where the file shit
Edit that
is.
Right.
So listen, the camera's there.
All right,
Listen.
I'm done. When are we wrapping up? Are we wrapping up?
Ain't no damn camera here.
Nigga, are we live?
Yeah, we live.
So listen, this whole thing, what I would say is this. One is the lack of trust that we have for each other. The lack of trust that we have for each other in the community is what's causing the interracial dating. That happens a lot. People just lose favor for their race because circumstances. Oh, my brother, I'm telling you the big deal. We don't grow up in a culture with following any specific protocol for how black men and black women should engage each other. We don't learn how we should break up healthy. We don't learn how to even engage each other healthy. So what happens in that kind of depth culture, with our music, regurgitating the problems that we're constantly having, so we wind up perpetuating it. What winds up happening is you start to venture off and investigate other races. And now you got, when you talk about athletes particularly, I'm gonna tell you this personally, I always joke and say it's like there's a boot camp that other races of women go through to master how to entice black men, because they manipulate us in the sense that they understand all the shortcomings as it relates to our relationships. So what happens is, hold on, my brother, a lot of these women, when it comes to athletes, they target athletes. Like, I'm going to get up. Hold on, no, we're not going to do that. Listen to me, my brother. I'm telling you personally, from my experiences, building with my brothers, hanging out with my brothers, seeing it with my own eyes, a lot of non-black women, if I didn't know better, I would think they was trained to get an athlete. Because they go in to get an athlete. Of course. See, the black woman, she might want a drug dealer, cool nigga with a Jordan. These Asians and everybody else. I'm not saying all Asians, but a lot of them, it's like they going through tires with the black under their eyes. Gotta get a basketball player. Gotta get a basketball player. Gotta get a football player. Yo, they really, and then not only do they do that, they say, oh, word, shorty went and licked your toes. You ever had that done? Nah, I never had my toes licked. She licked. Whoa, pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Like, they go the distance. Not because they really love that brother, but they looking to exploit the weaknesses of the lack of cohesiveness amongst black men and black women. Right. So that's how we get manipulated easily, and it works the same way with women as well. Other races play us against each other because we done told everybody our dirty business. We done let everybody know how much we be lacking respect for each other. So when they come in, they know, oh, this nigga's in the bag. Because guess what? All I gotta do is just a few simple shit. It's simple to them. And then I'm good because they already see value in you anyway. We devalue each other for all the right reasons because we've done bad things to each other. And so when other races come in, the black woman and the black man feel like they in heaven. And they're like, yo, it becomes a matter of respect. When we talk about respect, reason, do again, spectacle, see, specs, got a new set of specs. So we talk about now revisiting the same thing again. Because when we see something we saw before, we like, I want to get the fuck out of it. So respect is there because on this second time around when they give someone a chance, they don't do nothing remotely close to the first time around where they felt disrespected. So now we're dealing with respect. You feel what I'm saying? Or respectacle. They're looking at it from a different set of eyes and they say, you know what? I never wanted to deal with a person of another race, but fuck it. They show me more love and respect. Then it's hard to argue with somebody under those conditions. So that's something we got to clean up in our community because we're being exploited for our weaknesses. All the little shit that we say in our music, all the stuff that's being shown in these movies, all we doing is telling everybody, if you want to get into here, just do the complete opposite of this shit and speak to this narrative so they can say, man, you see, White women be coming. I spoke to white women when they go, I would never do this to you. I would never do that to you. And I know she's saying that based on what she figures black women do. But what she don't know is I'm good with my sisters that I'm with because I'm dealing with upright black women. So now the question becomes, what type of women are you engaging? Because a lot of times if you're dealing with the so-called bad woman, it's because of your bad judgment. But we don't want to deal with that reality. There's good women out here. But in order for a woman to be good, she's the way she is because you're the way you are. You feel what I'm saying? So if you ain't on the level, she ain't gonna be on the level. Because a lot of times when you exchange DNA with women, they adopt your personality. So blue is your favorite color, she wants blue's my favorite color. Because semen is cerebral spinal fluid. So once she starts taking in your semen, she starts taking in your DNA. So niggas be saying they getting brain, but honestly, it's the other way around. She's getting brain, she's getting your brain. So she wanna be telepathically connected to you. She able to read your thoughts, connect your sentences. If when you with another woman, she happens to call you.
I don't think racism is gonna stop.
Hold on, brother. We're not talking about no racism. When you're around another woman, she'll fuck around and call you right when you're around another woman. You be like, yo, what the fuck is this?
Right.
Because she's connected to you psychically once y'all start exchanging fluids. This is called horizontal gene transfer. By way of transduction, transformation, and conservation.
Racism is not gonna stop.
See, you ain't even
until
paying attention.
I am paying attention, brother. I'm
We
paying
ain't talking
attention
about
to
racism.
everything that you're saying. But what I'm trying to allude to is racism is not gonna stop if this paradigm is here, family. No, but what I'm saying, family. If I know what you're talking about.
This is deeper than racism.
I know it.
This is about psychic connections. Exchange
You don't think
DNA.
I know cerebral spinal fluid flows down spine to spleen?
I believe you know that. But you
Family, you not listening.
no more of this. Give me some more of that. Yeah, give me some water. I see it in your eyes. Your pupils dilated, bro.
I'm drunk.
We talking about
We talking about psychic connections with people that we share fluids with.
Via cerebral spinal fluid.
Yes.
DNA being transferred from your body to another body via sex.
Racism coming from?
Racism coming from.
You're coming to.
Because this is what I'm trying to explain to y'all. It's not. First of all, it's not gonna stop.
We're not talking about racism, bro.
Y'all not letting me finish, man. Dating outside your relationship, dating outside your race isn't gonna stop. It ain't gonna stop with me. It ain't gonna stop with the channel. It ain't gonna never stop about that. If we look,
That's gonna stop, bro.
Can I get people's dollar in the
Yeah, this man.
I know you don't know your eyes. That's the nigga doing that shit.
I'm drunk, nigga. I'm drunk. It's not gonna stop. This is what I'm saying, man.
That was becoming dysfunction.
This is what I'm saying. It's not gonna
We was
stop.
on fire when we drink the Pinot glasses.
God damn it.
Your shit, we're gonna have to get a dolly for your Pinot glass, bro.
No, all I'm
Go to the
Listen.
do that shit through the bus.
Right.
All I'm saying is,
Okay, what you saying?
They said I thought the purpose was for these niggas to get drunk. Why they frustrated with old boy?
Because you get
No, we want to keep the bill going,
Right.
and he throwing the cipher off.
they want to bring this shit up. They want to talk about this. So fuck it. Let's talk about it. Everybody want to talk about. Yo, what's dating outside your race?
Having more support.
That shit ain't gonna stop.
What's not gonna stop? Don't finish it. This nigga's enjoying himself. Yo, but like crying. Yo, cause you got me crying for real.
Yo,
This concludes this session.
yo, wrap this shit up, yo. I'm drunk. I'm drunk. Like niggas is really out here getting drunk. This nigga pulled out the Henny White.
From Jamaica.
Hey.
Salute to the brother Liquid Cash. Salute to you, brother.
I
appreciate you for opening up your home for this first session. I appreciate you, my king, for sharing a lot of enlightenment and being honest with the session of the white people. I'm not even deal with that. So, you know, in the letting them play with your Google hotspot.
I think that's like cultural. I think to be honest, that's the only that's our key.
What's that? To the sex white
to dilute their race.
Oh
Shit. So the black DNA don't dilute the white race. So see,
Let's go. I listen.
No.
I ain't gonna say
because I'm drunk and it ain't gonna come out right. But it's kind of biology warfare. Because if I have sex with a white woman, I will never have it. Let's get this straight. I ain't having kids by outside of my race. But if I was to,
You can't stop that.
If I was
You
to,
haven't said
that kills their whole line. Like, yeah, dude.
Oh no! Every 4 generations, the trouble for you're gonna have to do it several
That
times.
shit is gone. Like,
One child is not.
that's gonna fuck up the whole household. So y'all think when the slave masters took a child from their mother and sent them to another plantation, that didn't fuck up the dynamic of their household? So if a black man come into a white family that never had a black man in it, and you fuck one of the daughters and impregnate them, it's over with for their whole paradigm. It throws the family off. It throws the woman off.
Oh, you just introduced something that will tumble forth every 4 generations, but it don't stop nothing from going on.
Bro, I'm telling you, with the
I hear the
if
crazy.
you the first,
This is a savage idea, so you can conduct miscegenation, so you can fuck as many other people as you want.
I'm not saying that.
It's your preference. If you want to have sex with a white woman, it's your right.
I know, but
you're right.
But what I'm trying to
Don't
tell
make
y'all,
up no pseudo doctrine.
this is what I'm saying. No, this
If
is
you
what
want
I'm
to
saying.
eliminate white folks, let's just start fucking white women random. Because we're going to actually get rid of their
It will
people.
fuck up everything. It would lower the self-esteem of the white man, and it would change the whole how the family look at the daughter.
So this is
It
the
would
agenda
just do it.
to start having sex rampantly with white women.
This is the thing. Black people is always on and look, I'm not trying to get into this on some aggressive side of things, but black people can't always look at themselves as, yo, the victim. If you're gonna be the aggressor is doing that. That's our advantage of having a dominant gene. If you impregnate a white woman, it's over with on so many different levels of their family because they can't erase that.
If anybody's introduced to their DNA, you can't erase that.
Bro, if you have sex and have a kid by a white woman, it fucks up the whole family. From the parents, bro. If you got parents,
So they're not gonna have traits from any of their ancestors.
I'm talking about, bro. The reason why the black family is thrown off right now in our current state is because past trauma.
There's hundreds of
Dating out. So if a white woman come from a family that's racist, if she date outside of that, she breaks every single law that the family ever tried to put on her. And so they're gonna have to conform to this child being black. No matter if it's mixed or not, it's gonna fuck up the whole shit because they're gonna have to learn the culture because they're gonna have to accept the child. Or they're gonna disown the daughter and the child, and she's gonna go to another race for comfort because a white dude ain't gonna pick up a white woman with a black child. So if you really want to be like, if you really want to take the,
not the old days.
my nigga, this is real life, bro.
Listen,
You gonna take a Laguna Beach white woman.
Talk about that. No problem. We're not in huts in little villages where
Oh,
my family
real
kicked me out, so there's no other people of my race around. Who's to say that she just don't even find another group of white people that embrace her? Because we're not in huts, we're not in villages, we're not in small groups. It's so many variables now. The world is different.
If you have a baby by a black dude, you ain't going back to a white dude.
I don't know if all of this is true. It's things that makes us feel good. You know, I don't want to deal with the feel good knowledge. I want to deal with it on a common sense, logical standpoint. That shit sound good, but when we start really dealing with the knowledge,
you don't believe that?
maybe it's a high probability that most times she wants to continue to deal with like this. But the reality is that don't necessarily.
You don't think that have a burden on the family at all?
What kind of burden?
So if you date a white chick that comes from a racist family or just comes from a family that never dealt with black people at all,
Okay.
you don't think the daughter
Dealing with a black man.
dealing with a black man has no effect on the other family
It
members?
definitely is going to have an effect on them.
In what kind of way?
Psychologically.
Psychologically.
They're racist, according to what you said.
It's gonna do what?
Because they're racist according to your model, of course they will feel a way if she dealt with a black
And
man.
how would that transpire in the relationship from the daughter to the family?
A little stress occur if she conceiving a child. She might have a miscarriage when they stress occur.
Forget whether it's being conceived or a child being
It's
conceived
getting
or
a
not.
child on
Just them being together.
Just them being together would incur stress on behalf of the family that's racist because it goes against their agenda.
Right. So you're agreeing with that?
Yes.
So stress isn't a negative component.
Is it?
I'm asking you, is it or not?
It's
It's negative, right?
Yeah.
So if it's negative, and we trying to get ahead, I'm not saying go fuck white women and tear up their family. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying go mess with white women and tear up their family.
But I'm saying control the world. That doesn't. Come on.
Man, you fuck one of the 1%ers' daughters. You smash a 1%er's white dude daughter, it will fuck up their whole shit.
So what's this your agenda? You got a white
smash.
You want to destroy your race?
Did you try to fuck the 1% dog?
Probably something.
Did you attempt to destroy their race by dating?
This getting way too deep, bro. This is gonna end up.
I just want to know why is all this being said and was you thinking like this when you went out?
No, I definitely wasn't. But I definitely wasn't. No, I was not racist. I still don't even
family racist. The woman that you.
I will never date a white woman. I would never have sex with a white woman to intentionally tear down their household. I will not do it. But I'm saying if you have sex with a white woman and you in a relationship with a white woman that comes from a family that don't mess with black people, you will inadvertently tear down their family. I'm gonna tell you that straight up.
Brother, let me ask you a question, and I need to keep it on. Go ahead. Was the white woman that you dealt with was a family racist? Tells you.
I don't believe they was racist. No. I don't believe they was racist.
So now is the next question. What is the purpose of you telling us all these things if at the end of the day, the purpose is not?
You saying the point is to not date also the rest? This is a whole agenda to get on this time. Because it ain't stopped.
I know.
It's probably my fault. We should have ended this shit a long time ago.
Why you kept on going with this? You should have got off the white topic like long.
Yeah.
Avoid that. Avoid that.
Put it out there fast.
That's why you see me, I'm avoiding it. I ain't even getting in that. I gotta have a whole feel like women. I'm not getting involved with that conversation.
Oh, this nigga said me.
I
And he waited till a nigga got good and drunk to
I
bring
love
up.
my black queen.
Hey,
Yeah.
I love my
The
black
black
queen.
woman is God, like my man Polite
Like
said.
what he said, straight
Closest
up.
thing to God on this earth is a woman. That's a fact. But we not
Y'all niggas fronting if y'all passing up on. Y'all niggas be fronting.
He trying to say y'all front if y'all pass it for some white pussy. That's what he wanted to
Yo, he
say.
just said that.
That's what he wanted to say.
Because niggas be fronting. Man, these constant niggas.
That's what he did say.
Yeah, that's what he trying to say. But hey, man, you know what? Love who you love. Be with who you want to be with.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Whatever you prefer.
Drop the stigma, man.
Live your best life now. Don't wait later. Live it now.
Yo, quiet as kept, I just drop jewels on niggas because, hey, if niggas did do that, white people would go crazy if niggas just start fucking and impregnating their white women. They would go crazy.
They're doing that. You sure?
We gotta take a Uber.
We gotta
Like,
Oh, real shit. I ain't even that drunk. Straight up.
Come on, knock it off. You can't do that. Friends on that friends drink and drive. You heard that commercial.
hey guys, drink responsibly.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Drink
Drink
champs.
responsibly.
They done gave, first of all, they done gave a nigga some pure white. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta drink responsibly. You know what I mean? And that pure white Hennessy would do it. That pure white Hennessy would do it, man. You gotta be easy on that pure white Hennessy. Shit ain't no joke. Straight from the island of Jamaica. I got this when I was over there visiting some family members. That pure white Hennessy, man. You know what I mean?
But like,
You gotta sit this.
up,
You
fam.
can't take shots of this. You gotta sit this.
I gotta cut. Yo, I probably got. Oh, my phone died a long time ago, huh?
I'll be dead, bro. You gotta just sitting there, bro.
Damn, family.
You somebody been there.
Damn. I don't look, cause I don't know what's on my shit.
Been there.
Did it post?
I don't even
No,
know.
I don't want that shit to post.
It's probably died before you said all that white shit.
Hey, I gotta cut that.
Oh, yo,
No,
you
that
said
cannot stay. That cannot stay.
Hey, man, it's all right, man. So good.
Like this shit was perfect.
It's too long for the edit this.
No, that part, we was on that shit for like 45 minutes.
You was on it.
Thank you.
You was on that shit.
Ah, man, cuz look.
What's the
They
thing about
try to
that shit,
hold
yo?
on right back.
Hey, is it off yet? This shit's still recording.
Light letting it run.
Like, cut the shit off, man.
You letting it run, man. You letting it run.
Keep talking.
Yo, you're not about
we
to
don't
make
keep
this
you on here.
on my expense.
We don't keep you on here, partner.
You trying to make it on my expense.
Until you sober up.
Yeah, it's so far.
You gotta sober up, G.
I'm just
We'll call you an Uber.
I'm just talking shit. I ain't even
Yo, this is why Uber was created. People like you.
Man,
I'm lit, but you know that shit wore out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm sober.
It's really about being real.
I'm nice.
Nah, you definitely was real.
I'm nice.
The white Henny.
Y'all don't know what type of family the white chick
It's
that I
racist.
was fucking with was from. Like, she's from a powerful family.
Are they racist?
Oh, they powerful. They probably
believe that. I don't
You
believe
never
they
experienced
have
no racism?
I don't believe they have racism
Did
towards
she ever say something inappropriate to you? Don't lie to us, man. Please, man.
No.
She never said nothing inappropriate to you.
I told her, she had some shit that she didn't understand.
Okay, so what did she say that she didn't understand that you had to check her on?
It's just different shit, you know, just like.
Also, you had to check her.
I might have to check. I might have to check somebody within 15 minutes.
Yeah, but when did you have to check this white woman? Come on, tell us. Come on, man. Stop shaking this shit.
Yo, I'm gonna just say this. Do what you want to do. Fuck who you want to fuck. There's a lot of
Man, answer the question.
A lot of y'all fucking people of your own race, and y'all ain't even. Yeah, look. Y'all ain't getting shit out of
They
it.
ain't even talking in
And that's what
complete
it's
sentences,
about.
man.
No, cause look. A lot of chicks smashing niggas that they race.
Yo, stop. I don't want you to look at this lady and be like, yo.
I know. Nigga,
Stop.
hey, turn this shit off, bro.
I'll speak for him on his behalf. Yo, he let that white woman enslave him sexually. And I think she did that purposely to get at him on some racist shit.
Is any niggas in here? Ain't nobody in the chat fuck the white chick.
Nah, just you, bro.
Just me? Oh, they did? Oh, I'm like, am I weird? Who you talking about? I said, is any nigga in the chat fuck the white chick?
In the chat?
Yeah.
Of course somebody has, no. Come on. Yeah.
Yo, listen.
But full of shit.
We like to.
At the end of the day, look at him. Look at the smirk on his face that he just
Hey,
stirred shit
man,
up.
I got love for you, brother. I'm not paying you nobody at this point. I just accept you for all your sins at this point. When you get sober, then I'll hold you accountable. Put the shovel down, B. Thank you. These guys are insecure as hell. What the F? What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
I gotta stop reading.
King Polite, we love you in the bill. Thanks, Christina. We know son is wildin'.
Yeah, he that's the Hennessy.
It's the Henny. Don't put that on him.
That's
Drink
the-
champs. He had to tap out.
Yeah.
Now you can't read these.
I did tap out.
Yeah, but he did a good job, man. He did a good job. That's my brother.
That's the Hennessy.
Still proud of him. This is it. This is a learning experience when it comes to this stuff, you know?
Respect you are, bro. You was tap dancing for a family.
Yeah, you damn sure. You was on your Gregory Hines shit.
Yo, why niggas be on this shit so hard?
This red
This
shirt
red shirt
lasted
lasted.
if you were drunk, I'm sure.
Tap dance,
Hey.
man.
Wow.
Ty
Wilder. They got your name down
This
there.
podcast.
Definitely keep this.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, right? Polite. Mayweather.
He did. He did. He tried to play me.
Left that man with just enough rope. What are y'all talking about? Drink champs. Make another show. Son had a shovel an hour ago. Son 16 feet deep. Come on, man. Leave me alone. Emancipation, liberation.
About to turn up on a
Stop
comment,
asking.
nigga.
Stop asking. Yeah, word,
Nigga
right?
about to make me turn up on a comment, nigga.
Oh, why men be asking to see me a certain way? Like, that's crazy. Man, these niggas, boy. Let's see. These niggas is hard. The pure white took over when he blew his own mind. Pause. He was like, oh shit. I like red shirt lit too. Red shirt, you gotta come back and redeem yourself.
Yo. Yo.
Salute.
I just try to be as real as possible, man. That's really what it boils down to.
That's what makes the show.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what makes the show. I'm an ordained white man. I can make you white too.
Shut up, nigga. No, you can't.
Shut up, nigga. Don't that
Fuck out of here, nigga.
It's still wrong. Come on, we all wrong is wrong. Right is right. Come on, man. It's been a long night. Red shirt should listen more and talk less. Show respect to the king.
Speak in the vernacular of silence. And then here's
Yo, I hear one more comment, a nigga about to turn up again, straight up.
Yeah.
Cause the Henny, yeah. Damn,
It's all good though.
am I the only one sweating too?
It's all good.
All right, y'all. We're gonna get out of here. It was a great time that we had. I like that music.
Built like a whole Pokemon. The fuck is that?
You was coming in, bro.
Bro, y'all kept,
Oh, you kept going.
I didn't keep going.
White shirt needs to go to choking and slapping rehab.
It's all love. It's all love.
Yeah, you know, one thing y'all can't front, we came and gave y'all honesty. We gave honest jokes, honest conversation.
Right.
Word.
You know, we had the truth serum. That's what we could call this thing for real. We could call this conscious truth serum if we want to do an offshoot. But, you know, we want to give the homie Nori his love and his props, his credit,
Right.
give him our admiration and our love and respect. But this damn show could be called Conscious Truth Serum.
Exactly.
Because when we started getting wave, we was teaching. And I think it was good. And, you know, the wave hits everybody differently. You know what I'm saying? Some of us,
Seeing them wow.
we behave differently. But it was a good look. I like to thank again my man Liquid Cash for allowing us into his beautiful home. It was all white, everything, including the Hennessy. Everything is all white, even the Hennessy.
That's a fact.
That was wild.
Yeah, even the Hennessy.
Even the Henny was white. You feel what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
But he like more mellow when he get in. I talk even faster when I start. I realize I'm like, oh shit, I start talking faster with the knowledge. And my man, he get interracial. You know, the boy he Drake, the boy he start dating out his race. Shit crazy. We all figure out different things about ourselves when we start drinking. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
But we all got tolerable behavior. But you getting an Uber, sir. So we out of there.
Right.
We out of here.
Peace and love.
Friends don't let friends drink and
Follow
drive.
your
Peace.
boy on Instagram, man. Liquid Cash, LIKQUIDCASH, man. Chill.
Hey, shout out to my black queens out there. Yo, I'm gonna just
Hey, give me your handle. Give me
yo, straight up. Follow me at Excuse Ty on Instagram. We out here. It's Ty. Hey, it's alcohol, man. Don't take none of this shit as gospel. This shit ain't real. This shit entertainment, man. Straight up.
Yeah, look at him trying to.
Hey, I gotta reel this shit in. I gotta reel this shit in. Cause niggas don't got my mentality. They don't know where.
And that damn show though, that was insane.
Yo, everything I said was real.
Is it real? Nigga trying to save us. Hey,
That was a friend request.
don't judge a nigga. Niggas better quit judging.
Facts. Hey, let's take some flicks on the out and let's see our people off. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for our first episode of Conscious Drink Champs. I think it was very successful. We started at a very late hour. A lot of you still came in. We had some technical difficulties when we first started and actually worked to our best advantage. Now we back here again. Thank you so much. Again, this is the brother Ty. That's my homie, Liquid Cash. These are both my mentees. They do an exceptional job. I love them very much. And of course, Aminette was our hostess. She helped us get lit. You feel what I'm saying? And we just want to thank you all. And so long as y'all share this video, like the video, comment positively, we'll keep it going. We'll keep it in circulation. Thank you again. Appreciate you. Music by Liquid Cash.